right, we are live and ready to go, doing some D&D in the Svenzone. Everybody say hi.
Hey,
Yo,
Hi.
hello.
Yay, we have sound. Um,
Yeah.
awesome sauce. Turn off my phone. Cool. So, the those of you who watched last week's stream on the U's and the Tubes, first of all, thank you. Um, Second of all, you missed the last like 3 minutes. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but we will get you all caught up here. Um, and so, as far as the players are concerned, we started off with the fight, finishing up the fight with the dragon, Cryovane. Um, so, there we go. All right, so let's start with Kandrick. What is something of interest that happened during the fight with Cryovane?
um, the our partnered creature that I can't remember the name of the thing or even what it is. It's like a griffin or something. What is
Minuet.
it called?
Minuet.
Yes, thank you.
Mentor.
Minuet got roasted and smushed, and then he went flying off the edge of the castle.
Excellent,
Um,
excellent. And Mantha, what is something of interest that happened during the fight?
Scrambles ended up with the Dragon Slayer sword and then got told off to never use a different weapon again.
yes.
Oh,
Very good, excellent. So yes,
What was
Jackson kept getting harassed and attacked by all these other little creatures on the way, and he was also halfway across the board when the fight started. And so he gave up his Dragon Slayer sword so Scrambles could get over there quicker. Um, Micah, what is something that happened in the fight?
A bunch of stuff, but I think the coolest thing that happened was the dragon made a giant cloud storm thing. It's pretty neat. Blocked out a majority of the map from about 5 feet and upwards. So you really couldn't stand and fight in anywhere that was useful. But yeah, that was one of the earlier on dragon moves it did.
It's one of the tricks that I've been waiting to employ as a spellcaster myself. However, I just haven't had the chance. You cast when you have a group of halflings or shorter people, and you cast it 5 feet up, so that it's actually 35 feet up, so or 25 feet depending on the spell, so that its effect is from 5 feet high and above in a circle. Those of you who are 6 and 7 feet tall were just
all of
in
Couldn't
us?
see
fog
shit.
and black
Yeah.
and
Every one of us.
didn't think or didn't know that if you just bent over you could see. Whereas the kobolds, who were shorter than that, could all see and run around and do stuff and were stabbing you in the knees. It just so happened that Scrambles fell on the ice and was like, "Oh, I can see,"
I can see.
and then let everybody know. So it would have been a different fight. That's one of the many different things that happened in your favor, to where um, it would have been could have been a different outcome had you not known about the fact that you could bend over and see through the fog. All right, and then what about you, Reno? What do you remember from the fight?
Well, since everybody has said exactly what I was going to say, I could just make an observation. I thought it was pretty rude that you guys just disparaging my sword abilities to get to the dragon. However, logic did win out, and we did the right thing. I thought it was pretty cool just the way our battle situation developed. I mean, I had all kinds of plans and whatnot ready to go, which I never had before. The rod of immobility and plan of action for that sort of thing. And as it happens, I didn't need it, but I got to fight some serious stuff. I kind of was a diversion. And while the mages did their thing in the background, falling off cliffs and stuff, and we were able to take care of things, take care of business. Now, are we still there? We still in the mountain thing?
No.
I'm gonna.
So no.
No.
Okay,
So
so let me just say this. Everybody I have spoken to in the real world has said the same thing that I said. Why are you leaving a dragon's lair without looking for the fucking treasure? Why?
We were looking for
All
the
of you.
treasure.
No, everybody wants to leave. We have not gotten into the dragon's lair. There's
Yeah,
No, we
we
wanted.
saw a strange portal. We're like, is that where the dragon keeps its treasure? And we went through.
We were in the process of searching. We were going to search the mountain for the treasure, but we found the portal first.
So you had searched the entire castle.
There's nothing left to search.
The only thing you did not open,
So
you did not search, were a couple
Coffins.
sarcophagus, and so you did not open every single sarcophagus. Other than that, you've searched every room in this castle.
Yeah, but that's,
So you were going to go out
what
and search the
what
rest
dragon
of the
lives in the
mountains.
castle? Right.
Right. So we were
Yep.
going to search the mountain, but we
Yep.
found a portal.
But you were first going to
Okay.
rest because you guys are all hurt.
So the whole reason we left the castle was to find Minuet because our friend was dead, or
Yep.
we thought she was dead.
Hurt.
And
Yeah,
then the
hurt.
portal popped up, and the portal was too good to turn down. So that's why we didn't run back. We didn't ignore the portal to go back to the castle.
Okay, you guys can
Right.
stick with your story, but we all know that,
No, that is the story.
I was the only one who was trying to get you guys to go out and look for the dwarf.
Yes, you're right.
maid.
You're correct.
Okay.
Jackson was like, "Hey, who cares about Minuet, our good friend who helped us fight the dragon? We
Really?
need to spend
Yeah,
several
I did not
days.
say that.
We need
I
to spend
did not
several
say
days
that.
looting the already looted castle." And we went, "No, fuck that noise. We're gonna go find our dying friend." And he said, "Okay, I guess if we have to do what I don't want to do." And we said, "You're right, Jackson.
Okay.
Normally we'd be selfish, but this
Oh,
time,
really? Okay. All right. Just for
this
those of you
one
that are
time.
paying attention.
anyway."
So, for those of
Okay.
you who really want to know the true answers, go
Go to the video footage.
check it
We
out.
have it
You
all
guys can watch
recorded.
it.
That's right.
There's
That's
an hour and a
roll the
half
film.
video.
Roll the
Yeah.
film.
And as usual,
Check
the
it
answer
out
is
on the
somewhere.
YouTube.
The answer is somewhere
In between.
middle there. But first of all, I do
No,
want
it's
to point
exactly
out
what I said.
Atomic Hero Squad. Welcome to everybody. Say hello.
Atomic.
Hello.
Woo-hoo.
Once again, he has joined us. We also have Kendrick with the subscription just before the stream. So that is awesome. 7 months.
Well,
That is amazing. Thank you. Appreciate that. Don't forget, if you guys do have a Amazon Prime subscription, you get a free Twitch subscription every month. So you may as well use it on mine, since I am an up-and-coming streamer. Throw it my way, and I'll be your friend forever. So
You have to do it each and every month. You have to renew it, even though you're on it.
it's automatic.
it depends on how you have it set up,
It can't
how you
be-
have your options set up. So
Okay.
I'm not
can't be
sure
both
with the
manual and
Prime,
automatic.
since I don't have Prime. I don't know all the details with that, but
I
know-
do, and I didn't sign up through Prime, so I'm interested in finding out if I can switch it to that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I know if you're paying for it, then it does pop up every so often. It'll automatically do it, or you can set it to stop, and you get emails reminding you, "Are you sure it's about to expire?" So, and when you jump back onto the stream, it'll say subscribe if you're not there, or resubscribe if you've subscribed before and your subscription runs out. So anyway, let's get back into the storyline. So the most important 3-minute parts, the stream ended as you stepped through the portal. It was almost like I planned it that way. I did
Yeah,
not.
definitely.
I did not plan it that way. I prefer the cliffhanger I actually left you on, which was you guys went in there and you found this little fawn. You came into and it's a big open like field with wooded forest, big forest off in the distance, um, and you're in small little copse of trees, and this fawn came over to you, welcomed you to the uh, realm, and said you are you have been invited to see the queen. Everyone needs to go there. Give me just a second here as I'm pulling up my last. Um,
Evok the Fawn.
things. Here we go.
So we were off to
Um,
see the White Queen of Narnia,
yes,
Yeah.
and
having met Mr. Tumnus.
give me just a moment here. Why does I have? That's the one I was looking for. There we go. Okay, so give me just a moment here. I need to do one last thing to because the stream is seeing all the secrets of the DM, and
Dun, dun, dun. Quick, everybody, go open the stream, get the viewers up. But
need to.
also, go get cheats from the DM's notes.
That's right, absolutely. Player stream. Click.
Quick screenshot,
And
send it in private message to all
Right?
other.
I
there
mean,
we
if
go.
you really want to cheat, just open up Sven's, preparing for the session streams and just, take notes from that.
Yes, a lot of them are map building and things, but sometimes I do share story ideas and what's going on with that too. So, all right, one last thing here. Let me get the chat to where I can see it.
Goodness, I got
Okay.
from I think it was Safeway. No, might have been Safeway. Anyway, someplace I got a plastic bin, small one, 10-ounce thing of watermelon sour belts.
The hell is that?
They're exactly like what they sound like. They're little belts, little flat pieces of strips of watermelon tasting sour covered candy.
Okay.
They have to be the most eye-watering sours I've ever. I mean, I eat one of these little belts.
So.
I've had these for 4 months, and I've only barely scratched the surface because I only eat like one or two at a time, and then I'm like, I'm done. I'm crying. My face is sweating. I mean, it's great for the sinuses, but holy crap! And I love the taste, but it's so powerful. Very impressed with this.
We call it puckery here in the.
Yeah, it is definitely a puckery. But man, literally, I'm sweating. My eyes.
So
This
this
would have been great for going into a dramatic scene on stage. Like, take one of those beforehand. You don't have to fake crying.
That's right.
so the queen.
Poking yourself in an eye with a stick.
Hey, by the way, are our names? Can I change my name to my name? It just says Bugbear right now. Is that
Correct.
Yes, that is
It is supposed to
intentional.
be.
it's
And
supposed to be
so
that way?
yes, it is supposed to be
Our
that way.
names are then forfeited.
Correct.
Okay.
Because
We forgot
as
each
I was
other's
saying,
names.
when you
I
met the
remember something
fawn,
about the names.
when you met the fawn, he said to come visit the queen and Darthana, the queen protector of the realm, and he pulled out a quill and had a sheet of like a scroll, and he introduced himself and then says, before we go, I must know who to introduce to the queen. May I take your name? And you, Toggin,
And like a fool, you gave it to
Minotaur.
him.
So Scrambles gave him the name. Jackson did, and
Scrambles.
Toggin argued a bit, then ended up giving him his name anyway. and then the Godin did as well. He switched them down, turned, said, "Okay, let's go, follow me," and started walking away. And as you started taking a couple steps forward, nothing really alarming was happening. It's just you felt odd, and as you were looking around, you recognize and don't feel alarmed by this Minotaur and Tiefling and Bugbear and Goliath around you, but you just can't remember their name. You're having a mental block. What is their name? Who is that? You remember Toggin, but you don't know the Minotaur or the Tiefling or the Bugbear. It's just not sure. And then as you're thinking, Godin and Scrambles and Jackson, as you're thinking about things, you can't remember who you are. And that is where we're picking up, and that's where we left off last week. And let's see. Okay, and he was
You hear
here.
Jackson swear in his native infernal language. He says, "What the fuck happened?" In his infernal language.
So you take you're talking. It only takes like 3 or 4 steps, and you've been around campfires and many times and stuff, and sometimes even big bonfires, and it feels like you're standing downwind within 2 feet of the fire as you're just trying to catch your breath, and you're having a hard time breathing as you're starting to walk. And after about a minute, all of you are hot. It's just sweat's pouring down you. Um, and as you're looking around and you're hearing the birds and there's a slight breeze, but it doesn't do anything. If anything, it feels like it's from an oven. As you're starting to walk, and you see this the little fawn as he's in front of you about 10 feet. Stop for a second and sort of look toward the sky, and you look up and you see a cloud, and he says, "Ah, we're gonna feel that one." And then, boom! You hear the ground shakes slightly, and you feel this like concussive wind, and just for a moment, everything shifts for a second. And let's get some rolls going. Click.
Wow, rolling dice in D&D. It's kind of weird, guys.
You
know, right?
heard the sound, you feel the blast. You don't see anything. There's a little river running beyond you, next to you, but you don't see anything. The water doesn't even ripple. Click, click, click. Good. And this. And I think it's going to be this. All right. And so as he says, well, we better get going. It's a little dangerous out here right now. And let me go ahead and pull up a map for you guys. The map.
Fish the map, fish the map.
Waiting for Fantasy Rounds to catch up. There it is. Make sure I have everything the way it should be. I do. And throw you guys on said map. All right, so I presume you guys are in your normal format with Jackson and Scrambles toward the front, Toggin and Godin toward the rear.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so let me go ahead and
Just happened.
share this. There you go.
Well, that map underwent like 5 changes and
The
as it was
Lothian
appearing.
moves, guys.
Okay, why didn't I see it? There it is. Okay, wow. Mine just showed up. All right, there it is. All right, so as you zoom out, you can see you're in just the way I described, and zoom. So now I'm zooming
A
in,
river runs through it.
on the
It does.
stream. Come on, there we go.
Wow, this map is big.
All right, and so then as you feel this impact, and you're not sure exactly what's going on, the things start to almost melt and change in front of you, um, as you realize that everything you know is wrong. That you're looking at this elaborate illusion, and as your mind is accepting what you're seeing, it's starting to change, and you're seeing the reality of what's really there. Um, One of the first things you notice is that the creature in front of you is not an imp, is not a fawn, it's an imp.
You.
And he sort of looks like this.
Nah, I think that's probably impossible.
Damn.
Got these different. Um, Go ahead and
Listen.
everybody give me Arcana checks, please. Um, in the tower, please.
Oh, too late.
Control.
Gotta find my towers. I'll cover it up here. Oh, there it is. Oops. Wrong button. Sorry.
Mine not go? Mine did not go, I guess. 1 second, I'm going back.
All right, and so you all notice that this imp doesn't quite look like you had expected most imps. You thought most imps had wings, and you thought
They're a lot prettier.
maybe it's a different type of creature. Maybe it's a different type of demon. You're not sure, but he's got this long barbed tail, and he's carrying what was a walking stick is like a trident with different things on it. Um,
Can I take a roll for if I know what this is?
you just
More
did.
specifically about it?
That
Actually,
was the
you didn't
Arcana
actually
check.
roll, so yes, go ahead and
Oh.
roll the Arcana check.
Oh, I already did that.
No, you didn't.
What about insight? I did. I put it up there. See it on the part on the thing. All right, I will roll. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
There it is. Okay.
Arcana.
So yeah. Uh, so you don't know specifically what's going on. You still think this is an imp. It's just a different imp, different type of imp, maybe. But as you are looking like that, the whole terrain is changing, um, and you may want to zoom out a little bit if you would like. Let me go here,
Just got this all centered.
here, here. and you see that the grass isn't really there, and the trees are rocks, and the river is actually looks like it's blood, and it is hot. It is very, very hot. You are at the top of a rise, so as you're walking along, you see it drops about 15 feet to your west, and you see that there are these look like meteors or fireballs that coming down, and one of them slams into the ground about 100 feet away. As you hear the explosion off in the distance, and a plume of dust um, rises up, uh, and you see flying towards you is a female who looks like this.
That's some shield, isn't it? Some shield. It's more like a sword breaker, it looks like.
Porcano Listos.
And just as your mind is sort of accepted what it's seeing, what's going on, um, the female is about 100 feet to the west, uh, just past the dark rocks there on the map, and this other thing comes slamming down into the water and just spews almost straight up, uh, and climbing up out of the water is this creature that's stumbling and dragging its way out onto the shore. It's about the size of like a cow or a dolphin, um, and it has these shadow where wings would normally be, and it's trying to stand on these weird spindly legs with this long barbed tail, um, and it just sort of stumbles down and can't get beyond its knees as it's staring at you guys and sort of hissing and growling at you guys. Um, and the imp sees your reaction. Dances with Kobolds is raiding. Welcome, welcome. Appreciate the raid. Thank you very much. She does some live D&D. You should check her out when you get a chance. So as the imp sees you all realize that you're not in the Fey realm, and whatever illusion that had been cast is clearly not working anymore. He sort of strikes a pose, and as he speaks, even those of you who aren't bardically inclined are aware that he is monologuing,
Nice.
and he raises the trident in a pose and says, in a slightly different voice than what he's been talking, "I have been invited to the Nine Hells, though not by my own choosing." And he's very demonstrative as he's gesturing, and his little face is contorting into different um, emotions as he speaks. "No matter how powerful or knowledgeable ye may be, there comes a time in a person's life where you think there is no escape or no other probable outcome than your hideous and inevitable demise." He pauses for a minute. "Love did the trick for me. That of a woman and that of a goddess. Elminster Amur, the Sage of Shadowvale, circa unknown." And he pauses for a moment in that sort of a half bow. And let me type. Actually, I'm just going to tell you. Scrambles, you notice two things sort of at the same time as he's finishing up his bow. He has the symbol of Rakdos burned into like where his collarbone is, where a necklace would normally lay.
Okay.
And you also realize that he, being a performer yourself, he is waiting for applause.
So does he give him slow clap or the normal one? Hoot and hollers.
Tagen looks away from him and he's just like, we are wearing such hot clothes as he starts to take off his fucking like winter jacket and shit. It's very hot and he's like, everybody else is also wearing very hot clothes.
All right, Bugbear, what are you doing?
I'm a tiefling.
Oh, I should start with Minotaur. Minotaur, what are you doing?
Yeah. So Scrambles is gonna clap a
Okay.
bunch. He's gonna get down off Nightmare, and he's gonna kind of not because Nightmare doesn't have reins, does it? Does it have reins? I don't know.
Yes. Mhm.
Oh, it has reins. Cool. Well, then I will grab Nightmare by the reins and walk towards the edge of the cliff, or towards wherever the imp is. I'm not sure where the imp is, but
The imp is in front of you, and I'm putting him on the map right now.
oh, he's right there. Then I'm not going anywhere. So yeah, I'm gonna start with a slow round of applause, and I will dismount off of Nightmare to the side and let him know. Well, Amar, Sage of Shadow, that was an excellent monologue. Do you have anything to do with that thing over there? And I'm going to point my giant axe at the weird thing in the fucking murder river. And I'm going to say, do you have anything to do with that? He looks very hostile.
All right. And Tiefling, what are you doing at this point?
I'm enjoying the heat, and I'm just observing, and I'll give a little bit of clapping there.
Okay, good. And Bugbear, what do you? How do you respond?
I'll follow the lead of the Minotaur and give a polite clap.
Okay.
Now I'll start to shrug my winter clothing as well.
All right. So this is the. I thought I had this linked somewhere else. So here's the thing that's crawling up out of the river.
Yeah, very friendly looking.
And as the so as you guys are sort of, this is all happening at the same time. Like I said, this thing cannot stand on its feet. It's sort of using its claws, and it's the farthest it can get up to is its knees, as it's sort of trying to raise up. It's clear that it was in the river and has sort of now been pushed out. Uh, you see the woman start sprinting toward this thing very quickly, supernaturally fast, as she's racing toward this thing. As the imp was finishing up his monologue, and as you clap, he's so, oh, well, thank you. It's too much, really, really. There's still some parts I need to work on. I stumbled a little bit, but thank you. And um and well, and he's sort of looking over at the creature. Says, well, that the Dreadwing, no, it does not belong to us. But if you'd like, I do see that okay.
Sorry,
Um,
Mantha whispered him.
I do wish to uh, the I'm trying to find her name. Here she is. So uh, the Dreadwing, no, that doesn't belong to us. But if you'd like, it looks like Serval is going to dispatch it, and we can offer it you can bring it as an offering to the there's Nightmare, um, to the great king and ruler. But come, we've waited long enough. We've wasted enough time. And as he's finishing up talking, as you're stripping off your winter clothes, um, you see this woman just come and leap over the river and slam down next to this thing, and just she's using the side of her sword, and she's slamming and beating this thing down. And she whips out these chains and wraps around its uh, hands, and rips it up and around its neck, so that if it tries to pull too much, it chokes itself. And she starts walking over and dragging this thing over.
Now, did I miss the name of the king, or did he not say the name of the king?
He did not say the name of the king.
Okay.
Dun dun dun.
So
A
he turns and starts continuing to walk along.
I think he must have a hard time picking his nose.
So I'm gonna turn to the rest of the group, and I'm gonna say, "Hey, very clearly, this all started with a lie. I don't remember much about where we came from, but it's clear that I think we're in some kind of group together. So I wouldn't trust anyone here besides the four of us." And then I would hop back on Nightmare, and I'm
who
gonna
are you?
follow the imp. Oh, I'm not
Jason.
not sure who I am. We don't know who we are, right? We don't know our names.
No, you do not know.
Cool. Yeah, not quite sure who I am, but I know that I don't want to innately fight you, so that's a good sign. And I jump back on Nightmare, and I start walking towards the imp, who I assume is leading us down to eat this Deathwing thing.
So it's actually going to the northeast, and this woman is pulling him along, the creature along, and she climbs up the trail, and let me push you guys another roll.
Dun, dun, dun.
Boink. I'm gonna say it's not that difficult. It's not dexterity check. There we go. Come on. I never use fantasy grounds. 1 minute. There we go.
She dispatches this creature by herself.
Yes. And is now being drugged behind her, in chains.
And do we think it was a magically enhanced victory, or she's just like a badass?
Go ahead and give me a Arcana
Tower?
and an Insight. Yes,
In the
both
tower?
in the tower.
Insight. Insight. Come on, insight.
All right. So you're almost positive that there is not an illusion. With the way that there's just too many subtle things that would have to be manipulated, and with an illusion, it's not as in depth and as minute details that you would see with the blood, the river of the blood, and this thing, and she's attacking the different, all the splatter and things that happened. And as she attacks this thing, uh, and she stows her shield on her back, by the way, as she's climbing up, and has the sword in one hand and a chain in the other. And she sort of waits, and you see her stare at the imp.
I'm gonna look
Let's
back
see.
over my shoulder. Is the portal still there?
No.
Damn it. Okay.
Can I do this?
You are the general manager, sir.
No,
So.
I cannot do that. Boo, I don't like it. Okay. So the imp calls out to her, and she just sort of nods and waits for you all to pass. Are you guys going to be following the imp?
Yeah. I'm gonna follow the imp.
Yes.
And I will follow the Minotaur.
Want me to follow on map as well or no?
Yes, you can for a moment. And so let me take a look. I've got a Toggen's doing stuff. I know we have it on here, just not sure.
You can look at the stuff in the link that I just did.
So you
As I
should
pass,
have hex points somewhere. Do you not have hex points? Yeah.
He
So
has hex points, but
I show them all
you can...
used. Did you not use them?
No. In the thing, uh, he can
Oh, it's
basically
vice
push
versa.
himself.
Gotcha. All right. So how many did you want to get back?
Uh, we're gonna do 2. So,
2.
yeah.
All
So,
right. So just roll 1d4 plus 2.
Scrambles is passing that chick. Does he notice any symbols for Rakdos on her?
Yes. The shield had one, and there's one on her belt.
Okay. But they're not burnt into her?
No.
Or tattooed on her?
You can't see her skin. The only part of
Oh,
her
she's
you can
wearing armor.
right.
Okay.
The only part of her you can see is her face.
Well, when you zoom into her little character piece, you can see her boobs. So I was like,
Yes.
oh, okay. She's wearing traditional female Mortal Kombat armor. She's
basically,
got
yeah.
1 square inch of tit protected, and everything else is vulnerable.
That's also the traditional D&D attire for women in general.
Yeah.
So
Well, everyone knows you can only stab women in the nipple. So as long as that's covered, you're good.
Well, I thought I unlocked the movement. Sorry, guys. There you go. Now you can move. I'm sorry. I thought I had already unlocked it. I must have double clicked it by accident. All right. So you got the max. So which makes sense because you're in duress and heat.
Mm-hmm.
So wound is 13. Okay.
Not for me. Damn it.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So
I'm going to mark off those 2.
you are led. Is that the one I wanted to use? No. All right, so I don't see the image I had. All right, so as you sort of come up over a rise, you see before you uh, a slight valley, and on this valley, there's this imposing fortress. And I think I'm just going to use this one because it's not the one I wanted, but close enough. And now that you guys have been walking for a little bit, you also are feeling some burning in your throat. It's like when you use bleach for an extended period of time, the vapors and the fumes start burning. And or if you switch to breathing through your nose, it starts making your eyes water and such. Um,
It's bad either way.
and he's leading you to this castle. Uh, as you're walking up, you see there is quite, even those who aren't trained in survival, see that there's a lot of tracks from wagons of different sizes, some sort of wheels, um, odd things that you're not sure. Looks like somebody has taken a giant spear and stabbed it into the ground in perfect um,
Alignment with the sun.
equidistance to each other. Every 6 or 8 inches is this point that's stuck into the ground. Um, a cone has been ripped out of the ground, and leading up to it, uh, and tracks, boots, clawed feet, um, lots of traffic both directions, in and out as they are going up and around. So as you're walking up there, you hear music coming from inside, uh, but it's not uh, in the simple time it takes you to travel up. A minute or two, the music stops, and then a different song will play. Lasts a minute or two, and then it stops, and there's a pause of 3 to 4 minutes in between each one, and then you'll hear another song. Um, and you're led into this large hallway, and you see all these different doors or archways rather, leading off to the side. There's about six on each. There's six on each side, and there's four of them that are filled with people. And you see different creatures in them. One of them looks like a group of humans. Another one looks like these strange demons with bird faces and um, but human bodies. You see another one that's these large, bulbous, almost um, like an amoeba type creatures, blob sitting there, almost like an ochre jelly and the things that you fought, but yet they have a face and hands and arms, um, and most of them just ignore you as you walk through, and you are led to the front of this front room, and the turns and motions for you in a grand gesture. Ah, yes, please wait in here with the other surface dweller. He will be with you shortly. Those of you who have any kind of performance you might provide, it may help with you in your audience. And he sort of looks around and sees if anybody hears him. I shall return. And he walks off. And as you walk into this room, um, let's. Okay, he is there. All right, Charlie, are you there? Do you have ears on?
I do.
Awesome. So so as they walk into the room, what do they see?
Oh, from like my point of view.
Yes, as they're looking at you, what do they see?
Uh, a medium-sized elf, really slender, dark hair, carrying, a flute or a mandolin, if you will, a lute or a mandolin. Have a sword, some really raggedy clothing from being here for a little bit, just dirty. Um, yeah.
Very good. All right, and so real quick, since it's been a long time since we've done any kind of character introductions or things like that, um, give us a quick rundown of what your character looks like. We'll start with you, Bugbear.
The picture isn't up on the background.
Exactly.
You gotta describe it yourself. Crazy.
Still, it's better to see.
All right, so Kendrick, what do they see?
So I'm a very unusually handsome-looking bugbear. I don't look quite as bearish as most bugbears do, but I have rather distinct gizmo on steroids looking ears and ridiculously long arms. And just a hulkish body in general, very big. Not as big as some of the others in our group, but I am 6.5 feet tall, so pretty good size. Weighing in about 250.
All right, what type of armor do you have?
Something heavy. Adamantine plate armor, so it is. I am heavily armored, and I'm carrying predominantly carrying a mace, and there's a light crossbow slung over my back. I do have I believe I am wearing a shield as well. I am.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have a shield and my mace.
And um, there we go. All right, Talkin.
Okay, you see a tall Goliath with like grayish blue skin. He's covered with tribal tattoos that probably have a lot more meaning than you can take in at first. Uh, he wears leather armor supplemented with like animal pelts and that kind of stuff. Uh, he has a out of like all of his clothing actually, he has a pouch that looks like it is the most well-maintained item he owns. Uh, and actually, as the rest of the party look at him, his cheekbones look a little more sunken in than you remember from the last time you saw him.
A little more what?
Sunken in,
Sunken.
like
Okay. Just want to make sure
Malnourished.
the word you said. I wasn't sure. Suck
like he
it
look.
in there, big A. He's sucking it in.
Yeah, he looks
Oh, I
a
know.
lot
From
more
this
worn down
angle.
than you remember seeing him.
All right,
Nice.
and Scrambles, what do we see?
So Scrambles is a big boy. He's like second tallest, I think, in the group, if not the tallest. 7'5", big 375-pound Minotaur. I have the symbol of Rakdos burnt into my shoulder. Uh, I have mithril armor on, like a white mithril armor on. I have a giant axe that has the symbol of Rakdos on my great axe on one side of the blade. It's kind of like a fiery symbol of Rakdos there. And I'm riding on top of a giant skeletal horse. And you can see that I'm getting off of the horse and I'm pulling off a very large metal spiked ball that's on the ground. And you don't know what it is about me, but you see him and you're like, man, that kid is good looking. I bet he fucks. That's what you think when you see Scrambles. He's a good looking dude. And you
You're
think
not well,
maybe
sir.
he's got the biggest dong in the party, but you're not sure, but you're pretty sure he is.
You are the
But do
biggest
you
dong
want
in
to
the party,
find
man.
out?
You are
Exactly.
the biggest dong.
Well,
So that's Scrambles. And then I'm gonna kind of look up and see this very pretty looking elf thing. I'm not quite sure if it's a guy or a girl. but I'm gonna say, hey, do you know what this place is called? Is this like the Hall of Rakdos or something?
So hold on a second. Before we have one more to go through, and but before we get there, look at your blade of Rakdos in your inventory. By the way,
I did.
did you notice in the inscription there is now a picture?
I did not.
So this is what the blade of Rakdos. This is what his axe looks
Oh,
like.
Wow.
that's awesome.
Jesus.
Ooh.
It is way
And that
sketchier looking than I thought.
also
It's,
saves me the
it's not,
trouble.
you can't even see the whole thing in the picture.
Yeah.
That saves me the trouble of finding the image of Rakdos I was looking for. So that's the symbol of Rakdos, you guys.
Yeah.
It's like a split mask.
A big
Um,
helmet that's on fire, very demony.
yes. Yeah. So his great axe is this big plank of wood, and it's got this big hunk of metal that's sharpened on each end, and it's just a huge blade that that he has. And Tiefling, what does he see?
He sees a very large, well built, dark, weird, purple skinned creature. It's like a man, by far the shortest person at 6'5" in the group. He has a battle axe in his hand. He has another battle axe. He has a lot of weapons. He looks prepared for battle, and yet he doesn't have much armor on. He has what looks like a Viking hat with horns on it. Yeah, he's carrying his daggers on his waist. He's got 2 javelins, 2 battle axes. I mean, he's prepped for war. He looks very brooding, yet intelligent. Yes. There you go. He has no cape of billowing. He has no red eyes. He's just casual purple man.
Oh yeah,
I
the
totally forgot.
Goliath and the Minotaur have matching cloaks, except the Minotaur's moves and looks really awesome.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I was waiting for you to go into the whole description of everything you had, man. I mean, you are a magnificent sight walking down the road. I mean, just
All hail the
all the
Minotaur.
magical items you have on. Standing still, you're Superman.
Yeah.
All
Nope.
right.
Which is why you can definitely tell by looking at him. He
Yeah.
fucks.
You know. You know. You know this guy's got like a
That's
log
right.
title.
He
That's
has a
how.
line around the block, man.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and add our newest player. Oh, there he is. Okay, so he is on stream now. That's Charlie. Charlie, you've uh, listened to the names of everybody else. If you didn't get it, too bad. But keep in mind that Charlie is not new to D&D, but he is new to Fantasy Grounds. So give him a little slack, guys. And
Slack.
I refuse. No. You must know everything. I mean, obviously, our GM never makes mistakes, except for that one time that Micah marked in the calendar. I
I have
expect him to be
notes.
exactly like that. You can't make any mistakes.
so, well, first of all, uh, there we go. Okay, so as you come in, the Minotaur turned. By the way, they took your mount and
Oh no.
No.
led him off around to the corner. Around the corner. Um, so as you come in, the Minotaur does speak to you, and you want to repeat what you said real quick.
Yeah, so he's the Minotaur is kind of taking this big giant spiked ball and chain and he's dousing some kind of oil over the top of it and he looks up at you from a knee and he says, you look like you've been here for a while. Do you know where we are? Is this like the Hall of Rakdos or where are we?
And so, Charlie, did you see the whisper that I sent to you?
Yes.
Okay, so in a perfect world, it should have popped up as a little window, in addition to showing up in the chat. Um,
Yes.
and so you can either respond in that window if you ever want to who if because you can also chat whisper to other players if you just want them to hear. If you just type in the chat, everybody hears it, like we just saw with the tiefling there. He just
Okay.
typed nobody. But if you whisper to somebody, only they can see and hear it. So
Dun, dun,
anyway,
dun.
so go ahead and respond.
I don't know what this place is. I just ended up here. I was told that after I was brought to the castle, that I was here to do a task, and they will send me back as long as I accomplish that task. But I have not been told anything else.
Okay. Are you from Winterfell or Nightall, or where are you from? Normally, where do you hail from?
Um, oh shit! I didn't do that much background.
Okay.
uh,
Fine.
um,
It could be from Baldur's
Well,
Gate or Neverwinter or
yeah.
Timbuktu.
The answer I'm looking for is here or not here.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
true.
from
Yeah.
here. No.
Do you live right outside this building or no?
I don't even know how I got here.
Oh,
I was
you didn't. You didn't.
practicing some magic with some bards in the college,
Ah,
and I just woke up here.
classic Bard mishap. Okay.
Sounds like you
I'm
feel
not
Well,
the
a
same way
wise
we do.
man.
yeah, I see you have a lot of instruments there.
I got a couple pat around the mandolin and the flute.
Okay.
and you hear
I
the
have
music
a.
strike up again from around the
Hmm,
corner, beyond the doors that are at the end of the chamber. You hear some music as you guys are talking.
have you been up to where the music is playing yet?
No,
No.
Okay. Well, I've seen the imp who let us in here. I presume he led you in here.
yes,
Yes.
Yeah, he has a symbol of Rakdos on his chest, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with Rakdos or not, but he is a pretty evil deity. As I like slowly lean my giant Rakdos axe behind my backpack,
Trying to look more badass or whatever.
he's pretty evil, and I don't know if you should trust the imp or anything. Also, do you know your name? Because I totally know my name. I just don't want to tell you right now.
Do I also have memory issues
no,
there, Eric?
nope.
No? Okay, perfect. My name is Zorkal Thea.
Oh, that's a great name.
So,
I'll tell you my name later for sure. And
via what?
I'm gonna go back.
Zorko via
Thea, like the
Thea.
I
Theatrics.
via
yeah, like theatric.
what?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I can't talk for anybody else here. I I'm I'm not sure what your names are, but I am Toggin River Chaser Catho Clan. It
You
is
would
my
know
what
turn.
is he saying?
Goliaths are um, very family oriented and have usually their given name and then a nickname as well as a clan name. Um, so that's why it is not unusual that you would have multiple names.
Yes, and he always introduces himself by the full name. He has never like been like, "Oh, I'm Toggin. Nice to meet you guys." No, he's always said the full name.
As you do.
As you do, obviously. He takes great pride in his name.
And I don't know if you all caught it, but Zorkel is stands at a 5'10", 165 pounds. So
He weighs as much as my axe.
We have the
pretty
smallest
much.
member in the party now.
So you have someone who can reach
Who
under
can go into
cabinets easily
We've got
and
like a
pick up
nice
things
like
from the floor easier than
somebody who
everybody
can go
else.
in all of the holes for us.
we just kind of go ahead and just rest our arms on his head or whatever the fuck.
We
Like, total
legitimately had an
assholes.
issue where we couldn't fit into a hole at one point. We are like, "How are we gonna get into the hole?" "I don't know, we're all so big." And then we went into the crack anyway.
And
Anyway,
guess what? It was a trap.
And you
Sven
approach.
was like, "No way they're gonna set this off.
it
No
was a
way they're gonna
terrible
be dumb
idea.
enough to do it." And then we did. Or
We
sorry,
fucking did it.
Toggin did.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
fucking did
Toggin
it.
did it.
Okay, well,
Yeah, the
so
biggest one in the group went through the smallest tunnel and set off the Typhon.
He is not the biggest. The Minotaur is bigger than
yeah,
him.
I'm
Is
bigger.
taller and
Is he taller, really?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I'm
Okay.
fatter.
Toggin is
Well,
he's
fatter,
a
yeah,
massive.
but
nice, well-rounded
He's
7 feet tall.
yes,
You know
he is massive, and he's our BBC representative.
what?
I'll take it.
BBC, Big Black Hawk.
Okay.
What do you guys?
Okay.
The
I don't see
BBC.
any chickens around here, but
Yeah. So,
if I do, I'll let you
wow.
know.
yeah, did I guess Scrambles is gonna look around. Now, Scrambles grew up in a cult of Rakdos, so like if I'm in like some all famous Rakdos temple thing, I might know about it. Do I have any kind of inkling of like this is like the banquet hall of Rakdos Valhalla situation or no? Am I completely unaware of where I am?
Go ahead and give me history and religion
Okay.
checks. And the music stops, and you hear this round of applause, and you hear people stamping on the ground.
Then by religion, you mean survival or athletics? I would like to do a cartwheel to determine what I know about this place.
Yes,
Does
indeed.
it feel familiar doing
Yeah. Do
cartwheels
I
in this
feel
hall?
very demony doing the cartwheels here?
Does anything look like it makes more sense when he's upside down in the
Yeah.
cartwheel?
My history is spot on. My Minotaur religion is not ringing any bells.
I mean, hey, you are just kind of just now going back to the cult, so who knows? Maybe
Yeah.
that's thematically accurate.
So you
You
do
got
know that a lot of your, um, as you were being raised in the cult and things, um, a lot of what the cult did as well was perform. There were jugglers and acrobatics. Uh, I mean acrobats, um, knife throwers, pretty much anything you would see in a sideshow. Sword swallowers, even things people who did sleight of hand, close up sleight of hand, that type of stuff. Um, things and that's one of that's like you're trained in. Um,
Yeah, that's the reason I have my training.
and so you would presume that if this is something having to do with Rakdos, then what you're hearing are probably acts or some sort of
Yeah,
entertainment
some kind of
happening.
okay. That makes sense. So is it canon then that Chris Angel is a follower of Rakdos?
That's have you ever seen the tattoo on his bicep?
I have
Just
not.
saying.
It's
What is it?
Just
a
saying.
symbol of Rakdos.
It's the symbol of Rakdos.
It is now. He's a mind freak. Eddie.
get your
I've been
princess.
saying that Chris Angel is a demon for years now. So now that it's canon, I feel completely justified.
There you go. All right. So
Okay.
Chris Angel is one of the most suitable demon names, just saying.
Chris Fallen Angel.
okay.
Or like, just naming a character whose real name is John, just definitely not John. Something
Yeah,
like that.
exactly.
All right. So as you're finishing up talking to each other, sizing each other up and such, um, you walk in. You hear the doors open, and the imp comes back out, and you see him. He goes into the room with all the slugs, people, and they sort of glurp their way past into the
You.
through the doors, and the doors close again. Um, a few minutes later, Uh, Music starts up again. Is there anything else you guys wanted to discuss or ask or do anything while you guys
Um,
are waiting? It's still very hot. You guys are sweating. It's not as bad as it was outside. And you notice that you haven't heard any impacts recently.
that's good. I'll
Yeah, we
ask.
we don't hear any impacts because they are away from their computers at the moment.
Mm, I'll ask Zorkel. Hey, Zorkel, have you been up there yet? Have you been a part of whatever's going on upstairs yet, or is this the first time?
This is the first time.
Mm,
I have not been brought here yet. Well, I was brought here right before you guys, I guess.
okay.
Do you know how long you have been here?
No, I have no idea. It could have been days or months or hours or
Oh, damn.
just been hanging out.
Just hanging out. How long have we been here? He kind of turns to like the rest of the group, like he wasn't paying attention.
Just shaking my head.
I don't know how long I've been there. So,
Well, how can we know? It's just a
no
portal.
clue. I'm going to go into my backpack
Okay.
and I'm going to get out the loot of illusions. I'm not going to play it yet. I'm just going to hold on to it for the moment.
Okay. Um, Zorkel. So open up your skills page
Okay.
and find on your screen wherever your dice tower is. And by the way, you can move that if you ever wanted to. And then where you see, um, pick either history or arcana. And underneath the word total, that little box that'll have a plus and a number, grab that, click and drag it over to the tower and let go into on top of the tower.
Little rook tower.
Perfect.
Here you go.
All right. So let me check one other thing here in inventory. It is. Oh,
I'm
there
gonna
it
have to
is.
get a
You
new
had it in
mouse.
your
It keeps
bag.
double clicking in here.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, I thought they had a picture. Boo, it does not. Okay. Um, so you recognize this style of the different runes and such that are on it. Um, you know it's a magical loot, and it's used basically to cast a minor illusion spell. So you can it while as you're playing it, you can make illusions within 5 feet of you. Um, but
Ooh.
uh, and Actually, you've seen it as bards use it. It's usually within 15 feet of you. So minor illusion is a 5 foot square. This one gives you bigger radius, but it's just used as different. You can do it if as you're telling a story, you might strum on it lightly and make snow show up as you're telling the story of a snow in a snowstorm, or maybe some lighting or butterflies, stuff like that. So it's used to just it's not really a combat thing, but it's an illusion.
Theatrical events.
Correct.
To get my wand of bird calling and add to the
Yeah.
show.
Wand of bird calls.
It's a. I'm gonna point it out and be like, It's a pretty cool loot you got there. I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It can make bunnies and stuff. That's all I've been able to make out of it so far is bunnies. But gonna be honest with you, I'm not really trained on the loot, so it might be able to do other stuff, but it'll crush out a quick bunny for you if you need a bunny in a quick pinch.
In what situation would you need an illusory bunny?
If you needed to seduce a male bunny in real life, maybe you might need an illusionary bunny.
That's right.
You just
I feel.
need to make like a hot bunny over there.
You clearly haven't seen Looney Tunes. They use
Yeah.
female bunnies all the
The
time.
Roger Rabbit movie. There's a whole 2-hour movie about it.
All right,
Anyway,
so we're going to take a quick break. It is 7:30. Let's take a quick break. Guys, we'll be back here about 7:40. So thanks for hanging out with us. We'll get back into the action in just a few minutes. Um, stretch, do what you need to do, and we'll see you in a few minutes. If you want to throw that in the chat for me, I'd appreciate it.
I
Awesome.
already did.
The river monster, the screen. Never mind.
I mean,
I
I
didn't
saw
see
it.
anything.
All right, we are back. So first of all, I missed. I heard the applause. I just didn't know what it was. But Charlie, you have been. Somebody bought a round of applause for you. Said welcome, Charlie.
Oh,
Atomic
hey,
Heroes.
Woohoo!
thanks.
Atomic Hero Squad was also hey, new character hype. Woot woot. And he said hi, Charlie, as well. Um, so
Well, hello.
the also scrambles as you're sitting there adding oil to your spiked ball and such. Um, I need a slash DIE space 1D10,000.
Yeah. What is it again? And that goes in the dice tower or the tower thingy.
It'll be just chat. Type in chat slash DIE
Forward slash DIE
space 1D
1D.
10,000.
I think I did that right.
As chat has 9380. I don't think
Oh
we've
no.
had anything that high in a while.
No.
As chat has redeemed a magical surge
Holy
as you
shit.
bring out your loot
This is a terrible time to get a magical search. I need everything to be.
and
I'm
as you're
about to
looking
get
at the
my
loot and
moment in the
things
sky. Like my moment on center stage is coming, and now is the time chat wants to fuck with me.
and you're messing with the loot a little bit and
No.
you strum a chord. Let me see, where did it
Oh
go?
no, chat.
Get fucked.
My character has this really awesome like performance background that I don't use almost ever. But when I do it,
Oh
it's fucking
no.
awesome. It's really fucking awesome. And right now we're about to go to have to do some giant performance thing. I happen to have a magical loot that helps me with performance and all this performance bonus. And now the chat's gonna fuck with me. I don't know what's gonna happen. For a second it was gonna be really cool. Now it might not.
To be fair,
That's pretty funny. All right.
it was redeemed like 25 minutes ago.
I get
So.
it. I get it. Shit happens.
All right. Okay, and you were in a worse position 20 minutes ago. Just saying. Let's see.
I think Charlie said it best when he said, "Get fucked, noob." Been there,
Yep.
fucking been there. I feel it.
Okay. All right. I need to make a note.
Do I gain a second set of the inventory that I already have? Everything I had before just doubled? Because that'd be awesome.
Here it is. Okay. Plus
If you don't know what's going on, to the chat and to Charlie, who
GM.
probably has no idea what's
Oops.
happening, one of the things you can redeem is chaos warp bullshit and
Search.
magic search. Thank you, Mantha. And yeah, he rolls. You roll a D 10,000, and he has a list of 10,000 random things that happen. And it's not like he makes it up. He legitimately has a list of 10,000 things that could happen to you. And as long as it doesn't break the game, they pretty much always happen. So we will see. Could be good, could be bad, could be neutral. Who knows?
All right, and you hear the music stop.
Or saying anything of importance I can't hear. Just give me a second. It's on my end.
So you hear the music stop, and as the music stops, unlike last time where it was just this raucous cheering and clapping and banging the ground, um, you have like a smattering here and there of claps and stuff, and then even that stops, and it's very silent for a moment, and then a few moments later, door opens up again, and the imp comes out and comes to where you all are. And he says, "Ah, yes, well, come, come, come. Let us meet the master." And he waits by the door. You see the woman come in, dragging the beast behind her. Is anybody refusing to go?
No.
I'm gonna
I'll
Okay.
follow.
head in, almost rush
Doggin
in.
just in the back, like kind of keeping an eye on everybody else, but like he's following.
All right. So as you go in, you see you're in this huge chamber. It goes up probably 50 feet, maybe 60 feet high. It's almost like a domed ceiling that you can barely make out, even those of you with the dark vision. Um, you see there are braziers and torches around set around the outside. As you walk in, there's about 15 feet, and then there's this large circular area that's been um, filled with it looks like sand, maybe. You're not sure exactly what the substance is, um, but you see these risers on all around, and the risers are filled with different demonic creatures, different. You see a handful of humanoids here and there, but mostly demonic creatures and fiends and things. Um, and directly across from you is this large creature. Um, and just gotta find him. And he's
Yep. Nailed it.
walking back up onto his back is turned to you right now as he's walking back up, sitting up on a slightly elevated chair. It's only about 4 feet up, and it's a large stone slab. Uh, and you see in front of you, covering the other half of this circle, it's about 90 feet in diameter. Uh, like I said, it's like sand or something. You're not sure what the substance is. Are what's left of these ooze creatures. You see he sort of shaking his hands as the flames erupt and burn this black viscous stuff off of his hands. Um, and you see these uh, group of smaller imps and creatures running around, and they're grabbing and pulling these, throwing these bodies into almost what look like wheelbarrow type things, and dragging them off. And they're leaving trails of what you can guess is blood or viscous fluid of some kind as it as they leave. And then this older creature comes forward and waves his hands, and the sand sort of moves up a little bit, goes up about 2 feet as it flurries, and then as it settles back down, you see it's smooth again, and all the little blood trails and whatever leftovers there are now gone. And the creature that looks like Rakdos sits down and faces you, and the wizard creature moves over, and um, I lost his picture. Give me a second here. He's probably buried under one of my 15 windows. There. So he sort of walks up toward where Rakdos is as he watches you as you come in, and he says something to him um, that in a half bow, and he does Rakdos motions you all to come forward, and the imp sort of skitters ahead of you and says, "Oh, mighty Rakdos, these are the ones you asked me to bring, and you see they have brought a tribute for you." And the woman comes forward with the creature, and he stands back up and walks forward. She steps to the side as this thing is starting to look like a dog that's just being beaten, as it sort of quivers and hands down. And this Rakdos walks forward and extends his hand, touches and grabs him by the shoulder, and you see it sort of melt and shrivel, uh, and then turn into this like black ash, and then just sort of fade away as the shadows wrap around it and stuff. And you can almost see this like light form and go into his hand and up his arm. Give me just a second, guys. And he turns towards you all and says, "Oh, this one was one of your kind." And he points to the Goliath. "I wonder if you will be as tasty when the day comes." And he goes and
Tugin
sits
looks
down.
very uncomfortable.
"I will have you test the results of my soul expert's research." He points toward the spellcaster. "And fight a few devils of mine to the death. In return, not only will I gift each of you with a potion that will make you disregard the flames completely, magical or not, for a time, but I will also grant you safe passage from henceforth, and you will be guided back safely to your realm."
Well,
Okay.
Oh, sorry, that was not in Infernal, that was in Common.
let's see. Let's see. Oh, I can read it. Ah,
And so what are you guys doing? You're about 20 feet into the circle, about 100 feet away from him.
let's do it.
I
Wait,
think
I
we have
thought.
much of a choice.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't think
gonna
we do.
I'm gonna ask and say, I was told I was here to do a task. Is this that task, or do I have something else I gotta do?
Well, I imagine it would be because you'll be transported back to wherever you were once we finish. So you might as well join the clan here. I whip out my battle axe. Jackson does. He is ready to go.
Feel our names be returned.
So as you ask that question, Zorkel, um, Rakuso sort of turns its head a little bit, says, "Well, if you prefer a different task, I'm sure I can find something else for you to do."
Fuck that. Ready to battle, man.
Well, speak for yourself. I mean,
Exactly.
So
That's what I'm
what
speaking
say
for.
you, elf?
Yeah, I'll fight some devils, I guess. I mean, how bad could it be, right?
Oh, thanks for
Scrambles,
saying that. That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah,
Scrambles will put his
Yeah.
hand on the elf's shoulder and go,
that could
"That's the
be.
spirit,"
Well, let's see.
and he'll
Roll the
lick.
dice. Let's see how it
Scrambles will
goes.
lick the edge of the axe. He's ready to fight.
Nobody knows he has some strawberry jelly on either side, so
Scrambles might have the biggest dick, but this elf has the biggest balls for sure.
there you go.
right?
The smallest guy in our thing is just like, "Hey, fuck
Oh,
your demons.
yeah, fuck you guys.
We them boys. We don't fuck
Uh,
around with demons.
Fuck your
how
chicken
how
strip.
bad could it be, though, right?
We're already in hell. Like, could it get worse? Fuck that noise. Let's fight us some demons." Scrambles is ready. That's some
This
bardic
is a very
inspiration.
unfortunate
right.
If he doesn't give bardic inspiration, he should take that as a multi-class.
All right,
'Cause
so
Scrambles is rocked up.
and
to answer your question, Toggin, he responds, looks at I see. What the hold on a second. There it is. I see Surinar Parthrax. It's been playing again.
Bless you? Did he sneeze? Like, what the fuck was Zernar Parthrax?
Yes, I
Gonna look around.
suppose.
Who the fuck is that?
And he sort of gestures, and the imp comes scampering forward and whispers something to Rakdos.
Sweet nothings in his ear.
Yes,
exactly.
it is agreed. You do this, and in addition, you will also return. Your names will be returned.
Hey, double win. That's some good negotiating.
Toggin like mutters to you guys. Well, I have my name, but this is your only chance. So he just kind of like pats him on the shoulder, like, don't fuck up.
You had Scrambles at Murder Pit, so
All right. So, what are you guys actually saying then?
oh, I'm in.
Challenge accepted.
uh,
Scrambles literally takes out his axe and licks the blade of it. He's ready. He is ready to fight.
Scrambles is ready,
When he
but like
goes
in a
to
horny way.
when he goes to lick his axe the second time, can I use prestidigitation
Okay.
and make it taste like vanilla?
Yes,
Ooh,
That's a little
that's
Because you
great.
licked all
so
the
it's
strawberry off on the first lick, so now
so that happens at scrambles, and you're like, it's a little odd. We're really expecting that to happen, but then
but I'm
again, you've
pumped
never
about it.
been in the presence of Avatar Rectos, so you're not sure.
I mean, hey, now he knows that his Rakdos axe tastes like vanilla whenever it's in the presence of Rakdos.
All right, and so that is Taugen. No, so that was Tiefling and Minotaur. All right, so Taugen and Bugbear, they are looking at you.
It does not seem like I have choice. I will do this.
Yes, I will follow wherever handsome Minotaur leads.
I will follow you. All right, and so
and some Minotaur isn't saying much.
don't. And the spellcaster says, Don't worry. A few pumped up devils, they have nothing on you. And so,
I think they might have something on us. Yeah.
Pumped up?
What are they pumped up with?
Pumped up
Yeah.
good.
Shush.
Are they Hans? Are they named Hans and Franz?
Hans and Franz?
I'm to pump
Hans and
you
Franz?
up.
They
So-
to pump us up.
so
Very old
Rakdos,
SNL reference.
Wow.
so the Rakdos turns to you, Scrambles, and says, "You bear my mark. Is that something you got on a whim, or do you have meaning behind that?"
Uh-oh.
Oh,
He takes out his wand of fire pyrotechnics and tries to distract him.
no. Scrambles, hearing who he thought was Rakdos say that, is now like 98% sure that this is not Rakdos. So,
Wow.
uh,
That was unexpected.
I mean,
Scrambles,
Hmm.
true.
Scramble. Well,
Good
nobody
point.
would know that. I'm just saying that out loud. But yeah, Scrambles is going to say,
But we knew about the whole thing with the sword and that little because you told us about
no.
what happened when you wielded the sword.
Did I tell you guys that Rakdos told me I couldn't use the sword anymore?
Yeah,
I thought so.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, you
okay, cool.
did.
Well then, yeah,
So
everyone,
so
I,
so
I,
everyone
I
here.
my mind was that when he said something about did you get that sword or that axe? I was questioning it the moment he said it too. So, but
Yeah,
that's I mean, if I did know
So,
yeah, for sure.
about the specifics of the sword the last episode, yeah.
We're pretty
so
sure
to
that this
clarify,
is not.
he's referring to your chest, not
Oh,
not your axe.
Yeah.
Oh,
mm, okay.
So he says, "I see you bear the mark." And
Oh, I get it. Okay.
was that
Then yeah,
something you got on a whim, or does it have meaning behind it?
no, this was given to me as a child, but as I've gotten older, I've grown into what it really represents. You will see what I am.
It's
You'll see how ruthless I can be.
he's so full of shit, man. But he only did this about 2 months ago.
That's not full of shit. I got that mark as a child.
Yeah, he's had it the whole
Okay,
time. He made the bargain for
Yeah.
Lolin about a month ago,
Months
but
ago.
right.
he's been a server of Rakdos. All right, so
Also,
he
none
says,
of what I just said was bullshit.
then
Yeah.
100% true.
let us see, and it is clear he wants you to perform.
Wait.
Perform or to fight
Like
demons? I'm,
perform
does he want
fighting
me to like
yeah.
murder demons or play a song?
His idea of performing is to
This
murder
is
the
something
demons.
that you would do in the Rakdos clan. He wants you to
Oh,
perform.
okay, cool. Well then, yeah, I will absolutely perform. I'm gonna hand the loot to the elf who is standing next to me, and I'm gonna tell him, hey, just I don't know, play something awesome and make it walk. And as he starts strumming and playing something, I'm gonna start to light my giant metal spike, and I'm gonna swing it through the air, and I'm going to tell the story of how I defeated Cryovane with my friends. And at some point during swinging around the giant ball, I'm gonna reach down and grab my wand of pyrotechnics and shoot a spark off in the air. And I'm gonna tell of the time that my friend Jackson was almost murdered by kobolds. And it's kind of like a funny part of the song where it's like, you almost got killed by kobolds. Everyone laughs with me. And that is what I'll be doing.
Toggin comes up behind you too, and like I guess in like a show of solidarity, rests his each hand on Zorkel and the Minotaur's shoulders, and he's casting Enhance Ability at 3rd level to give you
Ooh,
both advantage on charisma checks.
ooh, awesome.
All right, and I don't remember what exactly that discipline is called. What is it called that Tyler does that you're doing?
Haugen?
Wait, what?
No, you,
Sorry.
Oh,
Micah.
me? Mine's performance. I'm using performance. If
No,
that's what you're asking.
the act of taking a swinging balls around you. What is that called?
Oh, it's called swinging poi. Yeah,
Called Commando.
yeah, spitting poi. It's the artistic form of it.
Okay, so you see he's similar to the fight scene from Kill Bill, but I don't know if any of you have ever seen somebody swing poi. They're they can be any number of things. In this particular case, he has these large lit spheres that he's swinging around him. And it wraps around his arms, lashes out. It's like almost like a dance as he's swinging these things around him. Um, if you took nunchucks and separated them and swung them around, not may not be describing it very well, but it's a whole art form. And as he combines them together, swings them, separates them apart, doing these moves, has in his case, he's also performing, speaking as he's doing it. So as he's doing these different things, and doing this performance, Zorkel, he handed you this loot. What are you doing
Yes.
with it?
I guess I'm gonna play it. I'm just gonna strum some.
So you're not officially attuned to it, but you are, since you know what it does, you are able to sort of tap into it a little bit. So what is one or two of the illusions you would like to add to what he's doing?
Um, maybe like a more intense fire around him and like some
Nice.
lightning strikes. Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
I can
And
add
you
the
want me to
bird calls.
you want me to roll a performance for that as well?
So yes, I need both of you to roll performance, and as you can see in the chat, she shared with you what those do. Um,
So we have advantage.
yep. Did you?
Yeah, it'll automatically apply it.
Yep.
Oh, cool. It'll
So
do it for us.
yep. Hope it didn't for him.
It didn't for
Oh, that
me.
was
I'll roll
Tiefling.
another one.
No, it
Oh,
was Jackson did it for some reason. All right.
I'm gonna use my inspiration and
Okay.
re-roll that
Go ahead.
because I want to get higher than 12.
Go ahead
This is
and
something that I'm good at.
Right,
So
you're doing such cool shit, and the dice do not agree.
yeah, went into great. I went into great description of this. Really, fucking. I'll take the
Fucking
12.
hell.
For fucking sake.
Was I supposed to roll mine in the dice tower or in the chat?
I wasn't
no. In
sure.
this case, it was normal. So everybody,
Okay.
this type of thing, you would know how well you did. You can tell if you
Okay.
stumbled on words or um,
So do
this
you want to
stuff.
use the numbers I
Uh,
put in the dice roller or well, I don't even see the ones from the dice roller.
Correct. So you rolled a 21.
That's awesome.
He's
Heck
got
yeah.
Nice.
great background music.
So the effects help a lot as you see one of his spheres goes out as he's doing these different moves and things. It's still very excellent. And then with the added illusion on there, it's hard to tell where the illusion stops and where the real fire begins, that type of thing. Um,
Ooh.
and so as they come to rest and you slam them down to the ground, fiery conclusion. Um, the the hall is hushed for a moment, and then everyone around you starts applauding and clapping, um, and you as they give you applause, and Rakdos sort of nods, uh, says, "Ah, well, very well. You well trained. It's a shame you have to return. Perhaps I will see you again one day. And so the imp scuttles forward and gestures for him to follow you, for you to follow him, and he leads you past out and behind where he's sitting. And you hear the doors open behind you as another someone else is brought in. Um, and you're brought into another section, and you go down these stairs, spiral stairs, down, 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 um, and there's a long hall, and you hear some screaming coming from echoing from down the hall, uh,
Gotta
and
love that.
and as you he goes to the second door and pushes open the door, and you see there's actually a really nice room, and then he scuttles across the hall, pushes open the door, and there's a second room. Um, each one of them has three, has two beds, and then a collection of cushions and pillows and things on the floor, so they could. There's a small door that you presume is some sort of bathroom, um, and there's a small table with a pitcher on it, and a single cup next to it. And he says, "What the hell's his name again? Sorry. Xiang will return for you all in a few hours. Rest." And he scutters away and goes back up starts heading back up the stairs.
Did we get a rest? We need a rest bad.
We'd need, yeah.
So Scrambles will sit down against one of the pillows and grab the pitcher and start to. Are there cups and stuff? I assume.
Chug, 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 chug,
Each
chug.
one has a single cup. Each room has a single cup.
Oh, there are individual rooms.
There's
Yeah,
two
there's
rooms.
2 rooms.
Mm. I want to go with everybody else into one room. I don't want to be in 2 rooms.
Do you
So
mean
whatever
let's
room,
just move the beds?
I'm
yeah,
just gonna.
whatever room everybody goes into, Scrabbles is gonna go to the opposite room and get the pitcher and bring it in.
Okay.
'Cause
we
I don't
we
want to be
just
alone.
we just move the mattresses from
Yeah.
one room to the other and just kind of like all have like a collection of the pillows and shit on the floor. We have a
It's getting
slumber
kind of
party.
intimate for some people that I just met.
Hey,
I'm not gonna
this
lie.
isn't a girls' pillow fight. This isn't a girls' pillow
Okay,
fight, guys.
well, we can have all the mattresses on the floor and you can take one of the beds, I guess. Jeez.
What's in the pitchers? Can I taste a little bit of it? Pour myself.
Oh. Scrambles isn't hesitating. He'll pour everybody a drink and he's gonna drink his.
Okay. So it is. I don't know if any of you have had well water before, but it's water, and it's got these little bit of like minerals in it, um, like a metallic
Like
taste to it,
sweet.
but it's not bad. It's just um,
It's
yeah,
full bodied.
yes. And compared to the heat, it is very nice. It's not cold, but it's much cooler than the ambient air.
Are they cold?
It's cooler
Sorry.
than it's cooler than the air around you.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't call it cold. It doesn't have condensation or anything.
It's lukewarm, but it's not like boiling.
I'm gonna
Compared to the
go
heat
ahead
around you,
and
it is very refreshing and nice.
I'm gonna go ahead and chill that that pitcher of water.
Nice.
Prestidigitation.
Ayo, prestidigitation.
Very nice. So now it is cool.
Scrambles is impressed. You can kind of see with his eyes. His eyes get a little big. Whoa, that's cool.
The fact that I can shoot a 160-foot ray of frost is not cool at all.
Not if I can't drink a cup of cool water after.
And they were trying to aim it into a cup, you know. Little beer pong action across the table.
Phil, it's not our fault that you can't aim into the cup.
Jealous character says what?
Well,
So,
seeing
yeah.
that nobody died after drinking it, Tuggin will also partake in this now much cooler water.
Nice.
Indeed.
He was
Water
absolutely
cools.
using you guys as his poison testers.
Scrambles.
Rightly so. You know?
Scrambles
He's
isn't
only
worried
been
about
here
it. He's gonna kind of lay down and he's gonna actually go to sleep. He's gonna say, "Hey, I'm not worried about keeping watch or anything while we're here, because we're expected to fight. I can't imagine they would come in and hurt us beforehand. So I'm actually going to rest. Wake me when it's time to kill things."
Okay.
Yes, I agree. Would not make much sense if they were to kill us in sleep.
I'm gonna
will
I'm gonna
also
sit down on the pile of cushions and like put like some sort of cloth, like a cloak or my shirt even, over my face, and just like mindlessly strum my lute.
Okay. What happened with the loot of illusions?
I never took it back.
I still have it.
Yep,
Okay.
I never took it back.
Is he spending enough time
Okay.
with it to attune, or is he giving it back?
Oh, I meant the other loot, but if I have it in my hand, I guess that's the one that I'm playing, you know?
That's a good point.
Yeah, what
Scrambles,
are you thinking of while you're playing?
yeah, Scrambles will see him with the loot and go, looks better on you than me. And he'll just kind of lay back down and go to sleep.
I assume that's most things, though.
Mm,
What he
I don't
really
know.
means
You
is he
you can
sucks
tell
at
that
he
this
sucks
finished
at
for
playing.
Fox, so
Therefore,
So you want to
step
throw
up.
that in the party sheet,
yeah,
please, and I will drop it onto him.
will do. Do you remember what it's called so I can find it easier?
Loot of illusions.
Loot of illusions.
illusions.
There it is. Party sheet.
All right. So I'm gonna do this and Zorkel and that. All right. So I'm gonna get rid of some of these pictures from the chat, from the stream.
Most of my screen is pictures because I'm like, they're cool, but also they're taking up so much space. I feel that.
All right. So Zorkel, you have in your inventory. All right. So if we go to your, um, make sure it is.
Loot of illusion.
Yes, it is. Okay. So you'll notice that there's an A um, next to it with a little check mark. That means it is an attuned item. And if you
Neat.
click the little um, shield, it tells you exactly what it does. Yes. There we go. It tells you what it does. And do you see the little speech bubble next? First of all, did you open up the?
I did.
Okay, so you see the little speech bubble next to the name.
Yep.
Go ahead and click that speech bubble. So you'll notice it throws it into chat. That's what that does. So if you can, that'll be there for most spells, abilities, things like that. You can throw it into chat to show the stream, or like Mather will do that many times. She'll throw a spell in there to show the stream, or if it saves me the trouble of having to look it up. So I may say, hey, throw it in chat for me. Um, Also, if no one, like in this case, the other players may not know what it does. So there you go. So you can use this to cast your spells as well. So instead of having the components required for it, um, you can use this to cast a spell instead of messing with components.
Really? That's cool.
Yep. So for you, it'll be within 15 feet around you. You can make these things. Like I said, it doesn't have combat effects. However, you can use it during combat to be more dramatic, stuff like that. And who knows, maybe if you get
It's saying it adds a bonus to your proficiency and to any ability checks when you play music.
right. Hmm.
Okay, just making sure. The way you said it sounded kind of weird. He is getting points, and it's not just a freebie.
Hmm.
I mean, not points. He's getting a boost in his ability checks. So
Uh,
the rewards are not nothing.
so
That's
like
what I'm.
before we like
Hmm.
all go to bed and stuff,
Okay.
uh, Toggin would like to ask everybody what they know about imps because we're about to go fight some, so it would be good to have information.
Devils. We're
And I,
fighting
d-
devils, he
I don't
said.
know what
I have,
Toggin knows
I have,
about imps either, so
did, did Jackson already give information or have it available? I thought that you said that at the beginning. You said Jackson.
When you guys rolled to see if you knew what the imps were,
Right, I gave you a detailed description. I thought. I mean, you know, abilities.
I'm not sure I understand your question. So you know
And,
that um, yes, you guys had already rolled for to see what people knew about imps, and you knew that this imp, none of you had really rolled really well. You just you think this was an imp, but you're not sure because he doesn't look like the typical imp. You have now seen more imps in the um, performance hall.
okay, well, how about this? Since Talgan asked again, let us roll for the same thing that we did to see if we know more.
Augen is asking a more generalized question. What do we know about imps
Right.
and devils?
But as far as the
because we are going
yeah,
to be fighting imps, Toggin
Yes.
would like us all to brainstorm and
Yeah.
collect all of the
yes, which means
information
we
we
get to
know
roll
about
something.
imps and
Which means we get to roll something. Let's roll something.
So you
well,
saw many of
believe
these
We also saw it
out there.
last time.
A lot of them were serving or were subservient or were sitting on people's shoulders or things, carrying drinks, doing different things to their masters. Uh, this is what a typical imp looks like.
Okay.
Like I said, it has wings and is thinner, skinnier. The one you've been dealing with is more stocky, has that black ichor around on his built up on him and stuff, um, and doesn't and as far as you know doesn't fly, doesn't have wings at least.
Okay.
Um, as you're settling down, you've been there for about 20 minutes. Um, the imp comes back and says, "Minotaur, your presence is requested."
Okay.
Mhm.
So I will get up, grab my things, and I'll say, I'll be back shortly.
Do
Or
not
I
come.
I hope I'll be back shortly at least. And then Scrambles will follow whoever that is. Who's saying it? What type of thing is saying it? Is a better question.
It's the same super Cerniparthrax. Cerniparthrax that has
Never
you've been
Gesundheit.
dealing with the whole time.
Okay.
Isn't
Right.
Then yeah, I will follow him.
Okay. I'm going to pull you aside quickly. And by the way, I know it was almost 20 minutes ago, but Jingo stopped by and said hello, my friend.
Yay!
I have Discord somewhere. Here it is. Okay, I have almost as many windows outside of Fantasy Grounds as I do inside of Fantasy Grounds.
Hello, hello.
All right, so you are pulled into a room with, and in this room it is much warmer, and as Rakdos is there by himself.
Okay, and is this the same Rakdos I saw from earlier? Or is
Yes,
this something I believe to be Rakdos?
it's the same avatar of Rakdos you were dealing with before.
Okay. Alright.
And he says, "You haven't given my axe. Your performance was exceptional. Do you wish to continue to serve me at a slightly higher, uh, in a in a longer fashion? The 50 souls that you have given me can be just the start if you'd wish."
Well, that depends. What's in it for me? I know you're a god of deals and a god of rewards. So, what will I get for my hard work?
So he reaches towards you, and you see yourself wielding the sword, I mean, the axe, and as you are fighting, you see, um, you reach, you're calling forth your echo, and you see you're battling these foes, and you're not sure if they're orcs or what they are. You're more interested in what's happening with you. Not even really noticing what it is that you're attacking, and you see this. You reach out with your hand, and this purple tendril comes out and lashes around a creature, and they grab their head as they react in pain. Um, you see the scene shifts, and you're fighting this large creature, and you're as this massive fist comes down on you, this purplish shield forms around you. Looks like it's almost made of faces and things, as it and it's as the creature slams against you, it reverberates and blocks the other the blow from hitting you. Um, and then you see yourself as in another battle, and this thing is casting spells, and it turns towards you, and you see this your Rakdos symbol glow a little bit, and uh, you feel your mind is shut down, and you're protected from this spell that this thing casts at you. Um, and the scene shifts again, and you see your axe shift and turn into this almost anime-esque giant scythe that's 12 feet long. The blade itself is 6 feet long, and you're just wielding this thing and slicing through people. And then you're back, and he lowers his hand. He says, "These are just some of the benefits that you get."
Okay. And how long do I have to serve you, or how many souls do you want me to collect in your name?
Let's just say, as long as you are satisfied with this deal, and then you can continue to use the powers. As long as I am satisfied with the deal, I will continue to give these powers.
Okay. And what about my friends? Do they still have the deal to get out of here with me? We can still fight our way out of this.
This has nothing to do with our earlier contract.
Hmm. Okay. Well, you know me. I'm not much for taking a long time to think about something, so I'm in. Let's do the deal.
All right, so if you look at your actions page, you will see that you have a new section called Rakdos. Now, on the bottom of your page, is this on next to the word display? Does it say group, standard, or um, the third one? What does it say next to display on the very bottom of
Group.
your page? Group. Okay.
Group.
Um, this.
I am group.
Drop that there.
There's more. So I see Psychic Harpoon and Soul Slap.
All right, and come on, I'm waiting for Fancy Rounds to catch up. There we go, close that. All right, so if you hit the, I don't know what just happened to the third one. Okay, never mind. All right, so press the magnifying glass next to Psychic Harpoon, and you may need to scroll down to see the whole thing underneath it. But do you see where it says cast damage effect?
Cast, attack, ranged, damage,
Yes.
effect. Yes.
So if you click the little shield next to it, it opens up and tells you what happens. Um,
Now, my question, or a better question is there a way to see the one that was under that still or no? Or did you get rid of the other one?
the soul slap, yeah, it's still there.
Yes.
So if you scroll,
Oh,
keep scrolling down, you'll see it.
oh, there it is. Nope, that's not it. Actions.
So again, if you press the magnifying glass next to soul
Okay,
slap,
yeah, I can
you'll
see it
see
now.
it. So soul slap is a cantrip, so you can do it
As many times as I
as many
like.
times
Okay.
as you want. Psychic harpoon is a first level spell, so you will have a finite number of times you can do that. All right, this is 30 feet. I'm going to put this over here. All right, so Soul Slap now says 30. It is a action. So it does take you you can't attack with this, but you can do it. I mean, I'm saying you can't do this and attack.
Yeah, it's a whole action.
Right. But and it says 1d4 in the description, but you're actually doing 2d4 plus 5 damage. But the thing is, it's psychic, and there are very few creatures that are psychic that
Yeah.
have psychic resistance. And they become frightened until the end of the turn, which means they will
Yeah, it's
have
pretty fucking awesome.
disadvantage against on any attacks they make while they can see you, and they cannot move closer to you by choice.
Yes.
And that will also affect your echo as well, so they can't move closer to you or your echo
Oh, that's cool.
within for until the next round. Um, and it will go up at 11th level and 17th level. And then your psychic harpoon, um, you create a magical harpoon of flaming psychic energy to throw at a creature, and um, so like a wailing harpoon, like a spear or
Yeah.
javelin. And if it hits, it does 1d4 to fire and 3d4 psychic.
Like it. That's
Um,
awesome.
and that is 120 feet range.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's far.
So there you go. All right, so that's it. Okay, so those are the two things you can do right now,
Badass.
and I'm going to determine. I'll probably have you can do psychic. Let me see if I can switch it. Hold on a second. Yes, I can change it. Okay, good. So right now you're going to do. Um, there it is. So the soul slap is infinite. The psychic harpoon is twice a day.
Okay.
There we go. So it's marked off now. So
Yeah, I
when
see
you
it's got little pop,
when you take a
little
long rest, it'll
plotty
automatically
things.
pull up.
It'll go back.
All right.
Okay.
So you
Cool, cool.
head back, and I'm putting you back in the room.
Woot woot.
Alrighty, we have
Welcome
returned.
back.
All right.
So,
So
Scrambles walked away and got executed, right? That's what we decided.
okay.
You're like, well, this guy's not a real follower of Rakdos. Fuck him.
No, I'm still alive. I'm still here, guys. So Scramblers walks in.
Yeah, he does return.
And he says, well, I tried to negotiate a way out of here, but it looks like it's going to be combat for us. Not much we can do about it. But he didn't kill me. He had the chance to, so I say we go fight these demons.
Alrighty. Oh, do it. Do it.
And then when the main demon guy who took me left, when he leaves, he's not in the room with us. I'm going to tell everybody, hey, that guy was the guy who's been acting as the avatar of Rakdos. I'm still not sure if he's Rakdos, but he definitely has Rakdos' authority. So he's not just a pretender.
Are we fighting
Is not
demons
Rakdos?
or devils?
Who I don't know. I don't remember what he said originally.
Devils.
Ah,
Devils.
devils.
All right. So as you guys, is anybody not resting? And
No, fuck that. Hawkins
How
tired.
long of a rest can we get?
A long one.
Because
Hopefully.
I'm nothing like all my stuff's gone. All my spells, all my rages, everything.
Would not be interesting fight if we immediately lost.
Yes, indeed.
I don't know. It could be.
Yeah, you just watch this like menagerie of fucking weird ass classes just get pummeled to the ground. Just snap the fingers.
I don't know. At this point, I can probably hide inside one of y'all so you guys can die. And
Definitely.
Meanwhile, Duggan's holding on to his invisibility spell,
if
and
if I'm dead on the ground, if I'm dead on the ground, does my coke of billowing keep billowing?
yes, it makes
Does
your
my
dead
dead
body look
body just?
really
No,
cool and tragic.
you have to pose. It says so specifically.
Okay. So that's a no.
It's okay. You'll still look really cool dead.
Yeah.
Somebody just like, why do I feel like Scrambles is the kind of person to just like commission somebody to get like a taxidermy of him in like a really cool pose after he dies?
Mainly because Scrambles taxidermies everything he's killed. Everything I've ever killed, I cut the head off of it and I stick it on a wall where we live. So
Yo.
that's probably why. All right.
All right, so since everybody's resting, let me go ahead and push you along rest. Anybody want to do anything special during the rest? Is there anything you want to talk to Zorkel about? Is anybody doing any kind of rituals or nightly routines? You
I'll be sharpening my blades and whatnot, and asking around if anybody else needs help with sharpening, since I am a blacksmith. This shit.
Toggin is I think at some point, maybe in the morning or maybe before we go to bed, Toggin basically goes over to like a corner of the room and kind of unloads the pouch and like reorganizes stuff and maybe pulls some extra ingredients from his backpack and kind of packages everything back in. Makes it look real nice.
Rebels will look at Taugen. Hey, Taugen, could you make me another one of those potions of invulnerability? That came in super handy.
Hmm. Was not my potion. Was a potion we found. Remember?
Oh,
Um.
my
I
bad.
could. Um. On. Hey, Micah. On a scale of 1 to 20, how strong is Scrambles?
Oh, let me take a look here. On a scale of 1 to 20, you
Yes.
would assume that his strength is not terribly high. He would have like a +8 if you were to like save against something like a tug of war.
So on a scale of 1 to 20.
I would say his strength is 20.
Okay. I
If it
have a
was like
potion. Yeah, I have a potion
if
that would not help you then.
yeah,
Well, technically it's 18. So
no, it's 20. If I'm looking at my front page here,
Tug.
Scrambles is very fucking
oh,
Hey,
strong.
okay,
I
yeah,
mean, if you really
yes.
wanted to,
20 is
Tuggy could make your strength score 21.
Oh, 21, 21.
Ooh.
that could be the difference
Uh,
between life and death. You know.
Hey,
so I think as uh as the Minotaur is asking Toggin about potions and stuff, he like kind of like pulls out like this fucking like uh this like sliver of like a fingernail and just kind of like holds his it up like looking between the fingernail and Scrambles, and then just kind of like shakes his head and puts it back in his backpack. Um, hmm, could make fire resistance. Would probably
that would
help.
be nice.
Um, unless we want to get out, and then we could do gaseous form, turn into cloud, float away. Not sure how we would get out, but we would
But
figure something.
we have a. Didn't he say we had a portal to get us out if we finish?
Oh yeah, if we finish, but like if we are dying,
Don't. If we don't,
if we don't, three of us, because that's how many potions he can make. Three of us could turn into clouds and float away.
well, there you go.
Fuck the other three or two.
What does it
Well,
tell you have here?
I don't think we would die in this, but I think we should definitely stretch up for this one. I think they're gonna try to put on a show.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yes.
I did
Um.
when he took me aside. I tried to get him to let us out of this pretty heavy, and they want this for us bad. So
Why did he take you aside? Did you? I didn't see you signal to get pulled aside. Did
Mm.
mm,
you guys didn't see the guy come
or
to get me and take
yes,
me out of the room and all that.
yes, but Why?
Is here a 20-minute conversation?
Yeah,
Because
we had like a, I
right.
had like a whole talk.
He's not my business, but I am.
But that means that he was passionate about trying to get us out of this.
Yeah,
That's
I
a good thing.
so I met with
I
who I
commend you.
think is Rakdos, if not Rakdos, a very very high up member of Rakdos's army, and I asked him if we could leave, and he said no, and he explained that I need to be in more servitude to him, and that he was happy with the work I did before and wants to see me continue to do more work for Rakdos. So I said, yeah, that sounds great, but can we just leave now? He said no.
This is a little weird.
So,
Can you punch my parking ticket here? Yeah, we'll head out.
well, I
Thanks.
just figured if
When
we're
the
gonna be doing,
teacher's like, "Don't pack up your bags yet. We still have like 30 seconds left of class," and like,
well, I just figured like, hey, if I agree to fight with Rakdos some more, maybe he could just let us go on this one, look the other way. But no, he wants us to fight, and it doesn't. My deal with Rakdos and
well,
staying with Rakdos doesn't supersede any deals we have down here, so we still got to fight for our lives.
Also, keep in mind that you are
so
the
for your
follower and we are
names,
not. So
Yeah,
yeah,
you
they're not
guys
followers,
still
but
need to get your
therefore
names back.
up
That
for it.
would be important before we escape.
What would be important?
Your
getting our
names?
names and our memory back. Yeah,
Yes.
it'd
Eh,
be
is it
nice.
really that important though?
Yes.
Yeah, Scrambles has so many names that I can't remember.
Right? He's like,
I feel like I'm the
man.
bringer of something, and I'm like a kid of something and a slayer of something, but I don't know what those things are.
All
I
right,
feel like I
so
have like a
you
hound
guys
and like
get
a
your long
I feel
girlpet.
like
rest.
And,
this guy would break a lot of hearts. I don't know. It's
yeah,
just a little instinct I have.
all right, let's push us that long rest, and yep, it's back.
Yep.
Noise.
Um, when we get up in the morning, you guys notice that Toggin looks a lot better than he did last night. He looked kind of sickly when we went to bed, and now he does not.
I look
Good.
sick. No, okay.
All right, so as you guys get up, um,
Yeah.
and they bring in this tray, and he says, so you'll be wanting nice food?
What is different?
Some people don't like how our food tastes and looks, so I can make it better for you. And so as he wheels in this tray, and you you smell bacon. You see on there are some pancakes and some eggs. You see some hard-boiled eggs. Still, on looks like they've removed half the shells for you, and then there's another little section there with some sort of gravy type thing.
Okay. Hell yeah, I eat all that stuff. Well, not all of it by myself, but I eat a portion of it.
Okay, tastes good.
Scrambles
The
heard what
consistency
he's.
is a little different than what you were
Yep,
expecting, but
exactly. Yeah.
it
Scrambles
tastes
heard what he
fine.
said, and very intentionally is not digging around for answers. He's going to eat the food, how it looks. He's not going to second guess it or question what it is. He's going to go, oh, looks and smells like bacon, must be bacon, and eat it.
Oh,
I'm gonna take a couple bites, and if I don't like it, I'm just gonna make it taste like something that I do like.
It
uh-huh.
tastes just like it looks. It just the consistency is a little weird, but
Perfect.
but
I
the
If
don't have
anybody
taste is
formal.
fine.
tries to investigate and tell Scrambles, like, hey, I used my magic and it turns out, he's going to shush them with his go figure. Just eat the food the way it looks. Don't want to know how the hot dog is made. I just want to eat it. The difference between something that tastes like vanilla and something that tastes like vanilla because of prestidigitation to Scrambles is minute. He does not care.
As long as you taste vanilla, it's
As
fine.
long as it tastes like vanilla, I don't give a shit.
All right.
We are in hell. Scrambles knows that the food down here is not going to be the same as up top. He's
Yeah,
just going to
I
eat
think
whatever it
Pagan
is.
knows that the food that he's about to eat is not actually the food that he's
Yep.
about to eat, but he's like after like watching Scrambles take a couple bites and he doesn't keel over, he'll also go along with it.
Okay.
Um,
So you guys eat. You're full. You're when you burp, tastes a little odd, but for the most part, it's you're full.
Bet it does. I
And
fucking bet it tastes weird.
um, they take it out, and you're brought into a room. The spellcaster is there, and he has you motions for you to come over. And as he's sending, he says, "When you appear, you will be able to see Citadel, where the fight will begin." And he slams his staff on the ground, and the floor underneath you lights up, and you appear outside again. It is hot. It is when your eyes start burning right away, Toggin especially. You're coughing and trying to breathe. You see there's lava pools close by. Let me see, zoom out. But you can
would have
see,
been
yeah,
better idea to make fire potions sooner.
there are some big there's a big, large rock and jutting up in front of you, and down to the south. I don't know. So there's a smaller,
God's gift.
not as high rock across from you. It looks like an empty river next to you. And you see to the northeast.
As in a riverbed.
Yes, there's to the northeast. There's a large citadel with a gate. But as soon as you appear, you hear this awful laugh. And this thing comes running from behind this stalagmite, the rock. It's a hulking, hyena face humanoid.
Yeah, this is
Gnats,
an NC-17.
gnats and flies and clouds around it as it sort of um, bends, goes down on all fours, and starts running towards you. And I need initiative.
Page in the middle.
There we go. Let me see. There it is. Zoom in a little bit.
Baby, come on, baby.
So, did you, Zorkel, if you look on your main page, you'll see in it, just double click it.
Holy shit.
That is one of the things you may want to drag to the hotkeys. If and you want. All right, so I know we're almost time to stop. Are you guys up for one quick round of combat so we can at least give
Yeah.
Zorkel a little taste of what it's
Yes.
like? All right. So on the top right
Nah,
of your
I mean,
screen, that's right. On the top right
nah,
of your
I don't
screen,
feel like it.
under tools, you'll see these two crossed swords that say combat tracker. Do you see those?
Yep.
All right, so go ahead and click that, and that'll open up a thing. The way I have mine set up, I don't know if you have the stream open, but I have it on top of my chat bar, and I usually extend it out to the width of my chat, so that way I can see the roles and stuff underneath it, and still see the combat tracker on top of it. But you can do it any way you want. What this does is it shows you the initiative order, who's going when, for the players. So and also any effects and things that might be on them. And actually, I take that back because I have it set up to where you don't actually know who's going next, but you can see all the players, you can see their hit points and stuff, and how healthy they are, and the monsters as well. All right, Nightmare is not with you. Boom. All right, so we're gonna start with Bugbear. You are up first as you see this weird creature rushing towards you. What would you like to do, Kendrick? All right, there's that.
Oh, your mic.
Weird.
You're on auto tune, dude.
Yeah,
Auto tune.
your mic is lagging really hard. You sound like a robot. We can't make out what you're saying.
Any better?
There we go.
Yep,
Much better.
better.
Each up to 3. Okay. 3. I have. Okay. I'm going to select 3 and cast Aid.
Aid.
Hey,
Woo. Aid.
And that is it. I think. I can't trust the bonus, so that's it.
All right, so
Was that all I needed to do?
let's see,
Yeah,
target
it's just the one
inventory.
thing.
Yep, increase by 5. Yep, you're good. All right.
Click,
Um,
click, click. Get rid of that. And it is.
so if you notice on the
It's
bottom of the combat tracker, there's an arrow pointing down. That means, and if you hover over it, it says next actor. So that's what you do when you're finished with your turn. Right now it is the creature's turn. So it's going to come running up. And go ahead and give me, let's see, go ahead and give me perception checks, everybody. Um, Actually, I'll push it to you to make it easier on everybody. There we go. Boom.
make it harder. Make it harder.
All right, so yeah, more than half of you passed. So you see that this thing appears to be hurt as it's moving.
It's
So
about to be a
when you
bit more hurt.
move, if you can move, you can move multiple squares, but if you would go in a straight line and then you can stop. So all you do is you click your token, and then drag it, uh, and then you can continue to move if you want to keep going. If you can, like I said, I'm not worried about it right this second, but if you get into the habit of telling me I'm going to move 30 feet, then I know, okay, he's going to move 30 feet. I can wait till he moves before I do anything. So he runs up, gets up in Toggen's face
That's really
as
close.
this cloud of grossness is surrounding him with these different um, bugs, and you see on its body even there are maggots crawling on it, and this
Oh.
whitish yellow substance
Tuggan was like
coming from it.
already coughing from like the air being like caustic and shit. And just looking at this, he's just mm, never heard of bath, huh?
And he sort of throws this viscous substance at you
Fucking gross.
as he scrapes some of it from his neck and throws it.
This
Um,
guy's trying to give me rabies. That's basically what it is.
as you make a save,
Yay.
and you succeed.
He's
Um,
really good at Constitution. Hey.
so you are not poisoned,
It's nice.
and
That's
you
good,
are
yeah.
immune to his defiling smear for 24 hours.
Hey.
However,
I've already experienced the grossness that he can already be, so can't get worse.
well, it is worse because the stench of this smear is just overwhelming.
Is it overwhelming for everybody?
Yes, it's like being close to a skunk.
Oh.
Um,
Mhm.
all right, and so Toggin, it is your turn.
Toggin does not like being right next to this guy. Let's see.
And I'll be nice because weeks in this calendar are 10 days, but I'll only say it's 7.
I don't know why.
21. Okay.
That's...
'Cause that's how long the stench lasts.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's fun.
I only made it 5 days, so I'm being nice.
He's being really nice. Um, you know what? Toggin does not want to be right next to this guy, so he's going to move away from him and take the opportunity attack.
Okay.
He's gonna go. He's basically gonna go hide behind Scrambles because Scrambles looks pretty strong. So I think that's probably
This is
about
true.
where he's going to go.
All right, so he's going to try to do a claw attack at you as you leave.
Yeah, figured.
And with a 1 on the dice, that's going to miss.
He kills himself.
Thankfully, yeah.
He throws his hand off.
He tries slinging this stuff and just gets it in his eyes
Oh,
instead.
I'm sorry, I clicked the wrong button. All right, there you go.
Uh,
So you move back. It misses you
oof.
as it slashes out at you.
And he was going to go a little bit further than that. So that would be 5, 10.
You have 5 more feet of movement. You move 25.
You might want to check the map again because I was in that spot right above the dude, and I am
Oh,
Yeah,
the player
you
map
got
is
50.
you got
being weird. All right, so
Yeah, I'm like,
you got
I definitely meant to go further.
there.
I was 2 down from there. Yes.
Okay.
And from here,
you
uh, what?
you were right. You're talking about where you were beginning or where you have ended up?
No, it's
Because
where
you were
she ended
beginning
up.
right in front of the guy.
Yeah, I
Okay.
Right.
began right in front of the guy, and Toggin
Okay.
moved away. The guy got a 1 on his opportunity attack.
Yeah.
And from here, Toggin, this like bluish, like almost electricity looking energy kind of just like seeps out of his skin. And I think from the red environment, it's actually kind of like muddled. It looks
Okay.
a little bit more purple than it normally does. And it streaks out from where he is, and he's casting Witch Bolt on this guy.
Which bolt?
Witch Bolt. Um, let's hope it hits.
It
It
does.
hits. Woo.
Nice.
I need to do that.
All right. So similar to the oh, that's not the one I wanted. Um, Similar to the Emperor, this lightning comes blasting out and stays. She's latched around it and is attacking him. Anything else?
Uh,
Got rid of it. Check.
yeah, he's gonna say, just don't walk into magic because there's a new person here that might I don't know. He doesn't know how smart you are, but that's like electricity looking stuff, and surprise, it hurts if you touch it. Uh,
Surprise.
so now you know.
Surprise,
Don't walk into the
surprise,
witch
surprise.
bolt. Don't walk into it.
Okay. My go? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Your
Um,
turn.
I'm gonna cast Tasha's hideous laughter.
Nice. On a hyena, dude. Nice.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
fitting.
that'll be great. One action, creature of your choice within range perceives everything as hilariously funny, and I'm gonna tell him that he stinks. Um, Target must succeed a Wisdom saving throw or fall prone.
Why isn't it adjusting? Adjust.
Oh, I
It's
can
Okay.
just
moving the map.
do one of those
That's
for you.
why it's not adjusting because
Oh
it has
no,
to
I'm just
adjust.
Heck
saying
yeah.
the lightning isn't.
Lightning
Oh
bolt.
yeah.
Oh,
It's over. It's on the player map. It's too big. On the DM's map, it looks just fine. It's annoying.
Does it?
Okay, let me try. Okay, so what you do is you go to your actions page
okay.
and click on the little magnifying glass next to Tasha's hideous laughter, and that opens up the spell below it.
Yep, and do I just hit cast?
So what you would want to do first, it's best practice is to target the bad guy. So what you do is put your cursor on the map over the enemy or the person you're targeting. Hold down Control and click left click it.
Click cast.
No, on the map.
Oh,
Yep. Yeah, your thing is double clicking. That's annoying. So I'll do it. There we go. And that's true if whatever you're casting, spell you're casting. If it's healing, you do with your friends, bad guys, whatever. Also, if you're just stabbing somebody, it's the easiest way is just to target them. All right, and now you can click cast, and that will force him to make the saving throw. All
And
right,
she will
so
lose.
Oh,
for argument's sake, we're going to say he failed. So you would go down to, you have a bunch of things. The only one you need to worry about is, let me fix, is the bottom one. I'm going to fix it for you. Your DC is 13. 13. All right, there we go. It's fixed. All right, so now you already have him targeted. So just click the little man next to the very last effect.
this one.
Yep, so what that does is it puts, can you see in the combat tracker? Let's see. Yes, you can. So on the combat tracker, if you scroll down to where the Bauda is, you can see he now has touches his laughter. He is prone. He is incapacitated, and he has a save ends DC 13 and a
Cool.
duration of 10, so 10 rounds. So it's all done for you. You don't have to do anything else. It also means if you get hit, it'll automatically do the concentration save.
okay.
Gotcha.
All right, and so
That's cool.
are you going to
So,
move or anything else?
um,
So you have a bonus action. You can do like Bardic Inspiration if you want, or you can just move. There we go. Now a stupid thing
It
looks
looks so
like it
much
should.
better.
Yes.
I'm gonna move back here.
Nice.
Hiding behind the more melee looking types is always a good idea.
Run away, run away. All right.
Run away!
That is fine with me.
Boink. All right, so go ahead and click next actor. That's also something you can drag into your hotbar if you ever want to. The next actor, boom. So that way you can just click it and it'll jump down. All right, Minotaur.
Yep. So Scrambles is going to get in this fight here, and he is going to run. I can move through a friendly space, correct? I just cannot end in a friendly space.
Correct.
Okay, cool. I don't want to get zapped by lightning. Meow. Scrambles will move to here. I want to end it in the square.
Okay.
I didn't end myself in the proper square. So he will move to there, and then he will cast his echo, and I will cast my echo right here. Meow. Little smudge there, right behind him.
You're making smudges on our map.
Yeah, but I erased the smudge after I made it, so we're good to go. And then he's gonna try out his brand new handy dandy giant thing of Rakdos, which I don't know why I cannot see it in my combat tracker. In my actions, did you take away my Rakdos axe?
Hold on. I don't know why it's.
I don't have it in here.
It should be. Let's see. It was called Blade. Oh, it's not. It's not equipped.
Equipped.
I don't know how it got unequipped, but I blame the DM
There you
for
go.
all of it. All right,
Exactly.
so I'm gonna hit him. So what happens is especially since it's the first time you are seeing it, Scrabbles runs over into action with his giant axe as he always does, and he casts a echo of himself, which looks very similar to the way he looks most of the time. It's just another copy of what he looks like, and it attacks for him. So it attacks as if it was him, and let's see what it does.
This does. What does it does?
So it hits him.
Oh,
Scribbles
nice.
has 2 attacks, so it'll swing for the second one. Boom. So he has 2 hits. So damage for the first one, and damage for the second one.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Partially resisted.
Yes, and it is the back end of the new thing Scrambles Axe, which is probably new to everybody, is Scrambles Axe now does fire damage to things.
Wow.
Wow. That's
So as it
nice.
hits things, it's doing some fire. You notice a little piece of his flesh or pus or whatever grossness of him is a little bit on fire. Some of his hairs are burnt. It does 1d4 plus 3 fire damage.
Wow. So you're rolling that in addition to your normal attack?
Yeah, in addition to the normal damage it does, it also now does fire damage because it was blessed / cursed by Rakdos. Depends on how you
And
look
that's
at it.
Oh, depends on the opinion you have of Rakdos.
Yeah,
yes. Well, we are all blessed and / cursed by your presence anyway. So
exactly. Depending on how you look at it.
I would go more towards the latter, but I mean, if you want to go towards the former.
Scrambles goes both ways. So
All right, so go ahead and click next if you're done.
nothing.
he will. He is. So that is boom boom. Yeah, that'll be his turn because we're not going to do anything too special for this first time.
All right, so Tiefling.
Yes, I'm going to go into a barbarian rage.
Wow.
Wow.
Go figure.
Bring my you
Wait,
all.
what?
I had none left. What could I do? Did I do that right? Did I drop it on there and everything I'm supposed to do?
You did it
Yeah,
twice,
Frank,
but yes,
I'll
it was
do it
correct.
then. Okay, so now I gotta roll the thing. Here we go. Wild magic. Bam. 7. Son of a 4. Now let's see. 7.
Okay,
Do I read this or you want to read it?
go ahead. Tell us, describe what's happening.
Okay. On my body. Flowers and veins temporarily grow around you until your rage ends. The ground within 15 feet of you is difficult terrain for your enemies. So little pretty things are flowering up, causing interference for 15 feet around. Does that
Yep.
also include our allies as well?
Who's your
Enemies.
enemy?
Says enemies, not friends.
I mean, yeah. No, I meant yes. Enemies, obviously. You guys, if you guys come near me, it affect you.
No, we are
No.
not your
Okay.
enemy. You're good to go.
Unless you suddenly had
Oh,
to
it has to.
change
Oh,
your
you're saying
heart.
specific. All right, all right.
New encounter.
My heart is pure. My heart is pure. Go ahead. All right. So that's what I'm doing. I'm moving now. I'm gonna zip on over here to this guy over here. There's 10. All right. Barbarian. Great axe in my hand. Um,
So he has an average
and
axe.
strike. Yes. So it's a great axe too. If I can put in it magically enhanced.
Okay,
Are you
so
intentionally moving through?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's in a rage. I don't think he's thinking it straight anyway.
I just don't know why he needs to be there.
there's lightning there, actively going.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, my mistake. How do I reset this
Hagen
thing?
did
Just start
say,
from your
"Don't
face.
touch the magic."
Just start from your face again. You were talking to the new guy, so
Yeah, that's true, but
maybe Jackson didn't think it applied to him.
He ignores lightning.
he's
The
like, yeah,
barbarian. He's a
my
barbarian in a
magic,
rage. What do you think?
my magic is a little shy around new people. Just, just be careful around it until it gets to know you.
There you go.
Okay. There you go.
I know a lot of people that
Right.
have that problem.
Everybody
Yeah.
upset now?
At least he's not trying to
Everybody
get you to eat his
upset?
magical
Everybody
berries
got
out of
what's
a
going on?
pouch.
You're welcome to
There
run
we
through
go.
it. I just making sure.
Ready? Yeah.
He's gonna do the other thing and end in 2 squares.
I'm calling inspiration, please.
Do it. Heck yeah.
More.
Now's the time. If you have it, use it.
Now's the time. I got it. Yeah. Come on, baby. There we go.
There you go.
That's what I'm talking about. All right. So now I'm going to be. That's it for the damage. Okay. Damage. Come on, baby. Give me something good. 10. All right. That's not too bad. I'll get better with each and every swing. And pressing. Okay. I pressed it 3 times. So
All right, talking.
And Toggin,
Bowden?
he basically just sent the lightning never really went away, but he basically just sends like another wave as it moves kind of like water. Uh, and he's going to keep using witch bolts on the dude.
ooh,
Oh, your
And
lightning
I
is actually higher than the plans, so there you go.
and I just roll damage. I don't have to roll to attack again, right?
Correct.
Okay. Make
Because
sure
you
to
can't do
grab
anything
the right
else,
one.
and that's
Yeah.
the negative to Witch Bow.
And he's just gonna stay right there. He feels a bit more safe now that everybody else is around the dude, and maybe the
okay.
dude's not gonna run at him.
Really unlikely.
All
You have
right.
to run through difficult terrain, away from 3 opportunity attacks.
All right, Kendrick. Bugbear, you're up. So I didn't notice the end of the round, guys. So I'm sorry. We've only got a couple more people, and then we'll be done.
I'm
Yeah,
fine
so
till
we're going through 2 rounds instead of one. Okay. Um, okay, I will move here and then here. Pulling out my mace of certain death,
Nice.
Nice.
targeting him. Swinging. Did I not target him?
Nope, that hit.
I did target him.
It'll
Oh,
just
it's
take.
just still just
It's taking a minute.
lagging badly. All right.
All right,
Oh,
so you
he
slam
didn't
into
have
this thing.
he didn't get reduced damage. Cool. He hurt a little bit more now.
Nice. All right, Minotaur.
Scrambles will run up. Boom. And then if I move forward into this space, is that going to occupy the space of the lightning or no? The one directly in front of him.
It would
Or
be easier just to
I
move
should say
straight
flat
forward,
space.
straight
Okay.
west,
Do I
just to
get
make sure, because lightning is not
do I get
a pole; it's lightning.
okay.
So it juts
Am
and
I still
moves.
considered flanking here? Or do I need to be diagonal one?
Um,
Should I be
either
diagonal
one is
Jackson?
fine. Either one is fine.
Okay. I will be here then, and yeah, I will attack him, which gives me a big old +1. Because we
Especially
are
with Godin.
flanking. Yeah. Well, and my echo, I feel like he's got a gang of dudes around him.
So
Boom.
Charlie, that is one house rule we have: is whether monsters or bet gore, you guys flank. It's +1 to hit.
Cool.
Is that a nat 20?
Nope, it's a dirt. It's a 19.
Oh, it just says G20. I see. All right, cool. And then my second attack. Walk out. Nat
Nice.
20.
Hey, nice
Good
crit.
damage.
That's a nat 20.
Yeah, it's funny.
So
Woo!
does it add the damage for the first one, or how do I do the nat 20?
Well,
First
that's
one
why you
too.
should be rolling damage between. But
I hate
roll the
doing that.
damage first, and you'll roll the critical damage first, and then just roll regular damage second.
Okay. I'm just gonna grab damage because I
Yep.
don't know which one is which.
So, because you rolled a crit last, it does the damage.
Oh, nice. But it
Okay.
got partially
And then I roll
missed.
the regular one.
Yep, and then just roll damage. You just did it opposite.
I just grab damage. So when it
That
says
is
There we
partially
go.
enough.
resist,
That is
is
enough
he
to take
partially
this
resisting
gross
my
thing
fire
down.
damage or the entirety of my damage is the question I have.
You
Is my
presume
whole
that
attack
since he lives here in the fire thing,
he's
that
not
he's
immune to fire.
immune or resisting it at least, maybe.
Yeah, but
Regardless, he's dead.
cool.
All right, and as
And
it dies,
Work.
the racto symbols flares a little bit before fading.
Scrambles will say, Rakdos curse you.
And that is where we will leave it for tonight, guys. So welcome, Charlie. Appreciate you
Welcome.
showing
Welcome.
up.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Yes. Thank
Yes,
y'all.
Do my
So we
best.
will see you next week. About if you could, all the players show up on time and about 15 minutes early, so we can get everything ready to go and we'll roll right at 6. So that's awesome. And we'll see you next week. Those of you watching, thanks for stopping by, saying hello. Uh, oh, I did forget one minor thing. As you kill this thing, blood just spews from this in a fountain, and it just keeps going, exploding. Way more blood than this creature has just spews, and like all over you, all over God, and all over your Echo,
Yes.
all over
Y'all
Jackson,
now all smell rank as
just
shit.
spewing. Well, it's just blood. It's not
It's not his
anything
Gore.
else
juice juice.
beyond blood, but it then stops spewing finally, and you're like wiping it from your eyes as you're covered in this stuff, and then it gets hot and sticky and gross. Um,
Yeah.
It's horrible.
and that is thanks to
Fuck yeah.
the magic surge.
Oh.
Oh shit.
The
That's good.
next thing that dies next to you explodes horrifically.
Well,
That's
that's good.
definitely true Scramble's passion. I'm glad that it turned out that way.
Yeah. Scrambles is pretty pumped about the blood anyway. In the
He's
middle of the
like,
battle being covered in other things' blood, that's the way to intimidate the shit out of someone.
right? That's how you look cool.
All right, well,
That's
hey,
Nice graphics, by the way, there, DM,
thank you.
GM.
I do my best. Thank you. Appreciate it. I try not to slow things down too much by making it exciting. So, thanks. Thanks. And I will see you guys next week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, send a link to your grandma, and whatever else you do, enjoy the rest of your day. Say goodnight, guys.
Good night,
Good night,
guys.
guys.
Good night, guys.